Welcome. In front of me is a VIVO V70 FE, and today I'll be going over unboxing of this device, along with giving you a quick little rundown, the specifications, build quality, and give you my general thoughts and opinions about the device and what it has to offer. Okay, so let's just get straight into this. I do want to quickly mention I am in no way sponsored by Vivo nor any other company right here to say anything about these devices. So throughout the video, whatever I'm going to be saying is just strictly my own opinion, and this will matter because usually my opinion for most devices is not a positive outlook, to be completely fair. And the reason for that is it's because other competition exists. So anyway, let's just get straight into this. In here we get charging cable, a energy rating sticker, some paperwork, a silicone clear case, and obviously the phone itself. That's a color, okay. Now that's an interesting design, which if I didn't have my camera completely overblowing it, that would probably be a little bit better to show. So there we go. It's almost like a flowery design, I would say, and it's only in this region right here, so the top part here doesn't have this. Anyway, let's boot it up. Now, in a second, once it actually boots up, you will be able to see, there we go, the display with a very minimal bezels. Looks pretty nice. So the display right here is 6.83 inches in size, which is actually pretty sizable, with a resolution of 1260 by 2800. And it's an AMOLED display, 1 billion colors, 120 Hz refresh rate, HDR10 Plus certified, with a peak brightness of 1900 nits. So it's honestly a decent display. Don't have too much bad to say, but it also could be better. Now, one downside right here is the fact that it has a MOSH level 4. It's not even rated what the display type here is, or the glass itself that it's protecting it. But the rating right here is a little bit lower to what competition would have. And in terms of screen to body ratio, we do have these nice looking bezels. This is, to put it in percentages, 90.7%. And the display itself has a 449 pixels per inch density. So it's honestly pretty good display right here for something that is supposedly an FE phone. Okay. Now, if we flip it over to the back, you can see we have our camera setup, and one of the sensors is a 200 megapixel f1.9 24mm wide lens, and then we got an 8 megapixel f2.2 120 degree ultra wide lens. Now with those cameras you can record at 4K and 1080p, though GSM Arena doesn't really claim any kind of specific frame rate, so I can already assume it's going to be just 30 frames for both. But I am going to quickly go to the setup just so I can check that out. Yeah, man. And there we go. So if we switch to video, we are looking at 1080p 30. Okay, there's 60, and 4K is only 30. So 1080 gets you actually up to 60, which is at least offering that. Now, as a selfie right here, we get a Well, it really depends on where you're buying this device. So 32 megapixels, f2.2, 22mm wide lens is international model, and then there's also a 50 megapixel f2.0, 21mm wide lens in India. And let's quickly check. This one will be the international, obviously in Poland. So anyway, let's flip it over. And both of them are 30 frames. Okay. So that's the cameras. Now, if we take a look inside of the device, I mean, I'm not going to jerry-rig this apart. So I'm just going to quickly go over the specifications. We have a 7,000 milliamp hour battery. That's pretty nice. And a 90 watts of charging speed, which also is pretty good. Additionally, the device at the lowest end, cheapest price, comes with 128 gigabytes of storage and 8 gigs of RAM. And which option you go for will possibly matter to you because there is no expandable storage. So if you need more than 128 gigs, which could be a very plausible situation, you probably want to go for the second option, which would be the 256 with 8 gigs of RAM. But just know, if you want, you can get it all the way up to half a terabyte. All options supposedly, no, sorry, there is one option kind of in a weird position, which is 256 gigs of storage with 12 gigs of RAM, but then half a terabyte gets you again only 8. I don't know if this is correct. If it is, that's a very odd choice. In any case, any option that you go for right here will come with UFS 3.1 storage type. Now, that's just the specifications right here for the storage. Now, one last specification here would be the processor powering this device. And it is the Dimensity 7360 Turbo. So this is basically a kind of like a mid-range processor. Now, for what you get right here, and for how much it costs, I think it's actually a pretty sensible package. Which honestly, I wasn't expecting to say that. So this device costs about, let's quickly check in. Well, let's first maybe give you the in rupees. So it's nearly 41,000 rupees. Now, when it comes down to something like where I'm from, it's somewhere around 1,600 PLN. And for, let's see, where the hell are dollars? For God's sakes, Google, just give me what I'm looking for. There we go. So, dollar-wise, let's see. We're looking at a price of about $440, which would include tax. Now, keep in mind, these prices might vary from region to region, and due to, exchange rates, taxes, and all that stuff. So it's not set in stone, but it should be somewhere around this kind of price tag. Now, with that being said, I find that the device comes with 7,000 milliamps and 90 watts charging. It is already a pretty damn good kind of specifications for a phone. And additionally, it has a high refresh rate with AMOLED display, decent brightness, and HDR10 Plus certified. That is actually some of the things that I would always myself be looking for in a device. So if you have similar kind of preferences, I think this is actually a pretty damn good package. Now, there is some downsides right here. So let me just take off the case. Front obviously is glass, and additionally it comes protected with a plastic screen protector, but then we have a plastic frame all around and plastic back, which for durability standpoint, it's not the best. But luckily, I guess we have a silicone case that comes included with the device. So that's basically kind of everything about this device, but I do want to bring up another phone just in case some people might be interested. Now, it would be a little bit more expensive, but I find it that what you get with that might be actually something that you'd be looking for. So that would be this one. Now it seems like I said before, I said that I probably wasn't expecting to say that this is a decent device, and it's kind of conflicting because it really depends on what you will be looking for. As this device does have something like 1080p 60, 200 megapixel camera, which could give you potentially much better looking photos. It has a bigger battery with really good charging, but then this one has some of the things. Some are better, some are worse. Battery-wise, it's smaller at 6,500, so 500 milliamps smaller than the VIVO. It charges 10 watts faster at 100 watts. The display right here has a higher refresh rates for touch inputs specifically. It also has the 120 hertz AMOLED HDR10+, and I think it also, if I remember correctly, let me quickly check, has Dolby Vision certification. So if you have any kind of shows, movies that are mastered in Dolby Vision, you can actually watch it on here, which is pretty nice. And also the brightness is 3500 nits, so definitely brighter than what we have from a VIVO. I personally like the 3000 kind of point of brightness, which just means that you have no problem using it outdoors. That's plenty bright enough in my kind of preference. So that's kind of what I would be looking for. It's like the sweet spot where I think it's very bright. It doesn't need to be any more brighter, and it's nice to be at that point. In any case, that's some things. Now, one standout feature for this one is going to be the processor. So it sacrifices, I guess, the cameras right here, as these on paper are a little bit better, but what it does offer is a much faster processor. Instead of the Dimensity 7360 Turbo, you get a Dimensity 8500 Ultra. Now that processor, if I take a look at nanoreview.net, I will be comparing it to the non-ultra version of the processor that is in here. So this one is a little bit faster as well, but it doesn't really matter because already what we have right here is much faster. So Antutu, nanoreview.net gives you, for instance, Antutu benchmarks for both of these, the 8500 non-ultra again, and the what we have right here, and it's generally the non-ultra version of this processor gets you 133% of increase in performance, and Antutu 11 tests everything like CPU, GPU, RAM, and so on. So this is kind of more like a broad look at what the processor offers, or the processor itself. Now, if you look at something a little bit more specified, for instance, like Geekbench 6, which will be testing only the CPU, single core gets you 68% increase over the VIVO, and multi-core gets 133% increase. And then in GPU performance, which will be something that you'd be very interested in if you like to play games on your device, well, that gets you whopping 433% increase. So it just completely leagues ahead of it. And this device will be a little bit more expensive. So like I said, you kind of lose some, you gain some. So it will really depend on what you're looking for. This will be a great phone, meaning the Poco X8 Pro, if you want to play games on your device and also have a decent battery. But what you will primarily want to cater on or cater towards is that processor, so everything is blazing fast. If that is what you're looking for, this would be definitely a much better option over this one. Now, if you're looking for a bit better battery life, potentially, though technically the energy rating stickers are showing that both of these devices get about the same battery life, even though there's about actually only 500 milliamps difference. So actually that's not that much. So there's a little bit of a difference in battery, but on the European Union, like energy rating stickers doesn't seem like that big of a difference. So you get a cheaper phone, definitely, that could potentially have better photos, and it sacrifices a bit of things like build quality, being primarily plastic. But like I was saying before, I think it's honestly a solid phone. It offers a lot of things that I feel like check the boxes for what modern phone should be offering you, which would be bigger battery, faster charging, great display. And one thing that it doesn't offer is that better processor for that price. It would have been much nicer to have something a little bit faster. That's why I brought up that Poco, as that offers additionally that faster processor on top of it, while still, in terms of video recording, trying to keep up with it. It also does 4K, I think it does actually 4K 60 if I remember correctly. Yeah, it does 4K 60. So in terms of video specifically, this one actually might be a little bit better, as it goes up to 60 frames, unlike this one, which is only 30. Now 1080p, both of them do 60. Poco does 960 frames of slow motion as well at 1080. So anyway, that's my kind of look at it, general opinions as well. And I typically want to also bring up some other devices as a comparison to what you could potentially get if you may be looking for something that would be, for instance, cheaper, better, or offer something different, while being, you know, depending on like what are you looking for. Because devices like this at this low to entry of like mid-range tend to be focused on something. Now the higher you go, the more broader the focus is towards like literally everything. But you know, the lower you go in terms of price, these phones will pick only, you know, a couple of things that they will be focusing like on either battery, charging speeds, displays, cameras, build quality. So it will pick some of them depending on like how expensive the device is. So I sometimes try to pick devices that might not be great, for instance, at the same thing. Like for instance, if this one had a great camera, I might show you some other device that doesn't have great cameras but still work fantastically and be a alternative if you might be looking for something a little bit different. So that's about it. Now, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching. Welcome. In front of me is a VIVO V70 FE, and today I'll show you how you can go through the setup process of this device. So when you turn on your device for the first time, you should be presented with the same screen that you can see on my end. And the first thing you'll want to do is click right above the Hi, where we have our language selection. It's a little bit in an unfortunate place, kind of hidden away, considering the start is just like so much bigger, so you could miss it. But anyway, from here, choose your desired language. And before you go any further, I would also point out that there is a tiny little fella right here for accessibility. So you can click on this, and if you have some kind of visual impairment or just trouble using your device, you can explore what options you have right here that would help you use the device a little bit more efficiently. And there are things like, for instance, display sizes, magnification, talk back, select to speak, and so on. So you can choose whichever one would suit you best and your needs, and just toggle it on. And from there you can go back and proceed further by selecting Start Origin OS. And here we can choose our region or location. I'm going to check if there is Poland, and there is. So I'm going to be selecting that, but going quickly back in here, I would also recommend choosing one of the regions as part of European Union. Now this potentially could be baseless, but you're not going to lose anything by doing so. This other than what my theory potentially is has literally no other impact. So the reason I would be recommending this is because European Union is a little bit more consumer friendly, or like a lot more consumer friendly. So if there will be any kind of laws that come out from European Union that would force specific companies to do something that obviously they wouldn't want to do on their own accords, and they're forced to do this by law, then they could potentially only comply with this kind of changes in said region. So by selecting that you're, for instance, in Poland or somewhere else, part of the European Union, you could potentially be clumped up under this kind of law, even when you're not from here, but you selected a correct region right here. But like I said, this could potentially be completely baseless and have no impact. So it's not something that I could ever test out yet. So I'm just doing this as a recommendation, as it doesn't have any other impact on your device. So why not do it? Next, we have agreements and terms. So we have end user license agreement, which you can click right here to read the entire thing. It's just a nice little quick bedtime read. And we also have the privacy terms. So you can go over those as well. But at the end of the day, you need to agree to both of them by selecting that I have read and agreed to the above. I think it's missing terms, but okay. And let's select next. And next will present us with the setup using another device. So let me just bring up another device. Okay, let's bring up another device. Okay, I guess none of them seem to work. What you typically get is a pop-up on your screen, somewhere like right here, with the setup new device. You can utilize that if you're getting this. Potentially it's actually showing probably on other device somewhere besides me that someone else is recording, but in any case, on your end, it should show up. And when it does, you can utilize this if you want to, but this potentially allows you to also copy apps and crap like that, which you shouldn't really be using for this purpose. There is a much better way to do this. The best thing that you can utilize this for, in my opinion, is to easily transfer over things like your Google accounts or just generally any accounts that are signed in on your device, meaning in the settings, not in applications. So all you do is just basically pop in your screen lock that is used on your old device, confirm the number matching where you get like a single number on one of the devices and 3 options on the other one, and you just have to select the correct one that is visible on that one, and automatically it moves all the accounts instantly. They become logged in and you're good to go. So it's a very simple process with this, but for migrating your data, there will be a much better option to utilize, which I'm going to show at the end of the video, as we need to finish up the setup first to access it. So I'll be selecting skip. And this presents us with the connect to network. Now, you can set this device up offline if you want to by clicking right here, or you can connect to your network. That's completely up to you. Sometimes you might not get the option to set it up offline, specifically if your device is FRP locked, but if it's new, that should not be a thing. So if you have a tiny little lock somewhere right here, device isn't brand new, it's actually locked, which means that you will need to verify screen lock or Google account that was signed in previously on the device. If you have such a device and you just bought it, obviously immediately return it. It's not a new one, and you will have no way of actually knowing what these credentials are, as you wouldn't be the new user, or the old user more specifically. So in any case, I don't want to connect to network at all in any case, so I'm just going to set it up offline, and it does give me a quick little pop-up letting me know that if I set it up offline, I won't be able to sign into Google accounts, restore apps and data, get software updates, and enable automatic time and date. Now, there is a little bit of a lie. I can restore apps and data just through a different method that they decide to omit from here, which technically is lying by omission, but whatever. That's fine. It's a giga corporation protected by the US government, so it's okay. In any case, next we have set unlock method. So we have a couple different ways we can unlock our device: through fingerprint, face recognition, or under screen lock. We have 3 options, being PIN, pattern, or password. Now, that being said, for the ability to use either fingerprint or face recognition or both, you will always be required to select PIN, pattern, or password. Reason for that is these are biometrics, and biometrics are not 100% reliable. So in the times where your device just decides to refuse to unlock itself because it can no longer recognize your finger or your face because of a tiny little blemish, you can always rely on a PIN, pattern, or password, which couldn't care less about those blemishes. And as a last info, you can also set up this device without setting up any kind of unlocking method or locking one, protections. And in general, I would not recommend doing so. Your device stores a lot of your personal information, photos, for instance, application contact details, as well as your bank apps. So I would recommend protecting your device. Now, I will be saying right here, do as I say, not as I do, as I'm going to be skipping this. But reason for me skipping this, it's not my phone and I will not be the one using it. So I'm not going to be putting up a screen lock for this. Next, we have Google services, and I'm going to spend a tiny bit of time right here explaining these, and I just find it that it's important that people know about this and what these do and what they actually don't, more like, and other things that are listed right here as well, so you're aware of what to expect in the future. And yeah. So anyway, let's get straight to this. So we have two options right here. First one, I'm saying two at the same time because if I turn on one, the other one turns off as well. So we have use location and allow scanning. And to quickly go into this, use location allows apps and services with location permission to use your device's location. Location accuracy uses information about wireless signals such as Wi-Fi access points, mobile network towers, and GPS. Now, by turning this option off, you're not technically going completely, incognito. You're not found in a way. It just prevents applications and services from accessing it. Your phone basically still has connection to those, still relays all that information and communicates with these things. So your location is still very much known. And allow scanning is in a similar kind of manner, doing the same kind of bullshit. So allows apps and services to scan for Wi-Fi networks and nearby devices at any time, even when Wi-Fi or Bluetooth is off. Now that last portion is the most important one, because that would imply that when you turn off your Wi-Fi and mobile data, it's actually not off, because applications can still utilize it even when the thing is off, which that just means it's bullshitting you, letting you think that you turned it off. In reality, it's still communicating with everything around, just so you can never be completely off the grid, because God forbid you would want some privacy. Anyway, scrolling down to the last option, send user and diagnostic data. Now, this is kind of ambiguous in the title, as it doesn't really say where send it and what data or anything like that. In general, I would be turning that off, even if it did something else. So by name, you'd expect that basically your usage and stuff like that gets shared. So it would kind of go again with these, but it's actually, if you read into it, it tells you, help improve your Android device experience by automatically sending diagnostic device and app usage data to Google. This will help this will help battery life, apparently. Sure it will. System and app stability, which you shouldn't give a shit about, and so on. So a lot of bullshit right here. Now, I'm saying a lot of bullshit because this is just that. You purchased a full-fledged product. If it's working shittily, well, it's not like you can improve it, because it's apparently in US completely against the law. So it's in Google's interest to fix that shit, because then they can get lawsuits, class action ones if it's really broken. So they don't need your data for this. They want it because they can sell it. And by selling it, they can make a profit. Now, if you're wondering about this, companies make a moronic amount of money selling your data. Just to put it in perspective, for instance, in recent timing, we have discovered that, for instance, Hisense as a TV manufacturer has made measly, what was it, like 100 million or whatever from selling their TVs. But hey, they made over 500 million, close to 600, by basically giving advertisements, tracking you on that TV and selling that data off for people to do whatever they want with it. They made nearly 6 times more money selling the information that you produce by using their TV than they did selling the goddamn product. Now, considering they're selling your data, same thing goes for Google. It's just something that doesn't lay right with me. If I'm the product, then this piece of shit should be given to me for free. If it's not, and I paid for it, then fuck off and get your data your own way, and not by basically getting it from me. You can pay for it like everyone else does to you. 500 million, hey, I want some of that cut. Now, this isn't Hisense, but it's Google, and the same thing stands right here as well. Nothing is changing. Google is also selling your data, and that's basically what this option wants right here. And last option is the install updates and apps. Now, this is just a straight up blackmail. It won't let you use the device if you don't agree to this piece of shit, and there's nothing that you can really check off right here. And to quickly go into it, by continuing, you agree to that this device may also automatically download and install updates and apps from Google. Now, keep in mind, it's just from Google because it's Google's operating system, so they can do whatever they want on it. And I'm getting progressively more kind of hostile to this because this is progressively more removing your control over your own device. And as it's your device, considering you paid for it, you shouldn't be treated like a person who's renting something. So I'll be shitting on this as hard as I can. And you will know the reason in a moment. So to explain this, it basically allows Google, by you continuing, to do whatever the fuck they want on this device at any point. They can change the terms of a purchase after you have made the purchase. And you can't really do shit about it. Again, in US law, tampering with the operating system on here is illegal for some stupid moronic reason. So what you can technically do is get rid of portions of it. You can't edit the code of it, but you can do some things, which I'm going to talk about. But first, let's go into an examples. So this kind of feature right here, if you can even call it a feature, it's more like a malware, will allow Google, for instance, to implement the shit that they want to implement in 2026 at closer to the end of it, I think like September. So if you don't know, haven't heard yet, at the end of 2025, Google came out and wanted to basically prevent you as a user on your device being able to install applications from outside of Play Store. So anywhere else other than Play Store, you cannot install it. If it's from the internet, tough shit. Now, they had this bullshit explanation that the applications need to be signed, and apps that haven't been signed off by the creator or by Google basically won't be able to be installed. And this is to prevent malware. Now, I'm not sure, but Google supposedly is one of the biggest corporations, and apparently not a single dipshit there has heard about this idea of a anti-malware software. And by preventing you from doing what you want on your own device, it kind of conflicts with the idea of even Android, I would say, as Android was supposed to be open. And the idea of them signing off on applications to prevent malware was more like them trying to blackmail individuals to give out their personal information so they can be completely tracked and found afterwards if they do something that Google wouldn't want them to do. And not only that, but it also required them to pay a ransom to have their application signed. If you're a creator of an application, which you can be at any point for free, all you need to do is just create an application and post it online. But now, if someone wants to install it, you as a creator would need to pay Google the money for them to sign off on your applications that you've created. And by doing so, you'd also need to give off your personal details. So obviously that is a little bit problematic. Now, they've been flip-flopping back and forth on it since then. So at 2026, they said, oh no, you know what? We're not going to be doing this. You're right. It's a shitty idea. Android's supposed to be open, blah, blah, blah. And then again, a couple months later, like, ha, got you, you losers. We're bringing it back. And now they're again flip-flopping back, considering constantly they're getting shit on and raged at for this moronic take. So now they're claiming that, oh no, we actually found a way to do this. It's going to be annoying, but you can. And you know what? At this point, I don't believe a single fucking thing that they say. So I'm going to be taking my own measures to prevent that from happening. And you can do so as well. Because I'm not trusting a giga corporation that can change their mind at any point. And they seem to not know what the fuck they want to do themselves right now. So I'll be deciding for myself. And that's how it's supposed to be. It's your phone and you should be able to decide if you want something or not. You shouldn't be forced into it. So for this piece of shit right here, what you can do to prevent this, though it has downsides, is just straight up finish up the setup, go to the Play Store and download a activity tracker application that allows you to see activities running in the background of your phone. And then find one that is called OTA Update Services. If you're wondering what the hell is OTA? Well, OTA is the piece of shit that is responsible for Google being able to change the terms of purchase at any time after the purchase has been made by altering how their device works. And you can't really do normally anything about it because turning off system updates and other shit like that, it doesn't matter to Google. They can just force it. Hence, that actually happened not long ago, but with Meta, which also the Quest 3 headsets, VR headsets, are running on actual modified Android. And hey, on my end, I had everything turned off in terms of updates. But Facebook decided, nah, fuck you. We want you to have this piece of shit new update, and you're gonna have it, regardless if you like it or not. Consume and shut the hell up. So, now I'm selling it. But in any case, with this being said, you can turn off anything that is in the settings and that will have no impact. And one of those examples of this feature, the OTA update service, is being used already in the wild was from Samsung smart fridges. Samsung decided that they're going to be selling a $3,000 fridges, at which point a year or two into the sales, they decided, you know what, we're not making enough money. There's a display that can be utilized. Here we go, users that spent $3,000 on a fridge. Here are ads tailored to your interests. Yeah, there is nothing you can do about that piece of shit other than disabling the OTA update services or just disconnecting it from the internet, which kind of defeats the purpose of it. And obviously that wasn't the purchase that people made. If they knew that their fridge will have ads on it, they wouldn't have bought it. So, anyway, you can delete the OTA update services, like I said, by checking the background processes. And this would prevent Google from being able to install this kind of updates on your device, as they are just kind of forced behind your back without your permission or knowledge onto your device. Now, this is also, the OTA update services is being used to install any kind of security patches. So if there's any kind of vulnerability to your device that gets discovered, it gets patched through this means as well. So you never need to do anything extra. But hey, honestly, a corporation that sold me a device altering how my device works because they please to do so seems like a little bit of a vulnerability to me, which I will patch myself. So anyway, let's move on. So here we have keep the system up to date, and you can install it manually or just proceed with automatic one. Again, keep in mind, this doesn't really change anything. If you do the manual, it doesn't change how the OTA update services work. It will still force shit on your device that you wouldn't want when Google, for instance, wants to do so. So this only basically prevents your system to from updating to a newest, for instance, Android version or the newest or Oxygen OS. No, not Oxygen. Whatever the OS was right here, or Orion, I think, or Origin OS. And still, even when you have that turned off, like I mentioned with something like the Meta VR headsets, even turning that off doesn't necessarily mean that this won't happen. It still can. Next, send user and diagnostic data. This is kind of repeated again, as we already talked about this, but this is now from the Vivo themselves. Vivo wants your data too, so they can also monetize the shit out of it, and we can just select disagree like we did before. Service recommendations. So TWS services provide earphone and fast connectivity services and requires access to nearby devices. By turning it on, you agree to the above. Now, the above doesn't really tell me what this is used for. Yeah, no. We're just going to proceed on by turning that shit off. Anything that is ambiguous in what it wants to do, it never wants to do anything good. So next we have select system navigation, and we have gesture navigation or button navigation. You can choose whichever one you want. I personally prefer gestures. So that's what I'm going to select. Next. This basically finishes up the setup. Now, Orion OS, cool, let's go. So the one last thing that I wanted to show, when moving your data from your older device outside of the accounts that I mentioned before, you can do so by opening up application like this one right here, the two circles one, this one. So it's called Easy Share. We're going to select Agree right here. Agree. And you want to select Device Clone. And clone now. And here you will be selecting that this is a new device. Next, you can select other devices, like you can select if your old device is a VIVO or IQOO, or if you have other Android like Samsung's or anything else like that, you can select the other Androids. And what you would do on other Android is download the Easy Share application. That's what it was called, right? Oops, I just misclicked. Yep, Easy Share application on that device, which you should be able to do from Play Store. And from there, you can connect these two devices together through scanning this code. And once you do, it takes a moment to load all your data on that older device, at which point you can select which data you want to move, including app data, applications, no matter where they're from, contacts, call logs, messages, and literally everything that is on the device. And it's one of the faster ways that you can move all your data, and also the easiest ways you can move all your data. So I recommend utilizing this. Now, if you have another VIVO or IQOO, you don't need to download this application. It comes pre-installed with that device, just like this one came with this one. So anyway, with that being said, I hope you found this very helpful. And if you did, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.
Hi, it's HardReset, and today I'll show you first things to do after setting up your VIVO V70 FE. So, first open the settings, and right here go into the battery. Here we have power saving management, and we have, for example, auto turn on battery saver at 10 to 90%. This will actually automatically turn on. Then here you can select the percentage. We have battery saver auto turn off. Battery saver will not be resumed if the battery level is above 60% when charging ends, or when the battery level starts at above 60% and reaches 100. Then go back and into the display. Here select dark mode. That will save the battery, or stick with the light mode if you want to. Here we have brightness. I recommend enabling the auto brightness. We have auto lock, and you can shorten this time to around 1 minute to save battery. Then we have font style, font size, and display size. In font style, we have 3 fonts, or you can go and find more to choose from. Then we have font size. You can make it larger or smaller, and even enable bold text. Then go into the home screen, lock screen, and wallpaper. And right here, you can customize the wallpapers, themes, and always on display right here. Then go back and go into the safety and emergency. And right here, you can put your medical information, emergency contacts, emergency SOS enable, and crisis alerts, and much more. Then you can go right here into the Wi-Fi, connect into your network, now go to the quick settings, and here remember to disable every feature you're not using to save battery, for example Wi-Fi, Bluetooth. And that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, don't forget to leave a like, and see you in the next one.
This phone has a 200 megapixel camera, a 7000 mAh battery, and costs just 440 bucks. But I do still feel kinda skeptical about it. Let me explain. Okay, so VIVO V70 FE. The FE stands for Fashion Edition, by the way. Not Fun Edition like Samsung does it. Fashion Edition. Which tells you a lot about what Vivo is going for here. And design-wise, they pulled it off. Look at this thing. The back has this graphic pattern, and in the purple colorway, it actually glows in dim light. Shifts to a greenish blue hue. It's subtle, not dramatic, but it's unlike anything else at this price. I kept picking it up just to look at it. The problem is, it's all plastic. Frame, back, everything. You pick it up for that premium look, and, well, it immediately becomes a slightly hollow feeling. For $440, it's just feeling too cheap and cheaper than it should. The V70, which is $50 more, has aluminum edges. You feel that difference the second you hold them side by side. Battery first, because this is the actual headline of this phone. 7,000 mAh, that's enormous. Most phones in this range sit at around 5,000, and it shows. I was getting a day and a half of real use without thinking about a charger. Heavy day, social media, maps, YouTube, camera, went to bed with 40% left, did it again the next day. So you already know you don't need a charge midday. But if you ever do, there's 90 watts charging inside, 0 to full in about an hour flat. One thing though, don't bother enabling the fast charging mode in settings. It barely cuts time and runs noticeably hotter, just leave it on default. Now the 200 megapixel camera. This is what Vivo is selling you on, and I'll be straight with you, it's not 200 megapixel good, it's Vivo good. Meaning colors look nice, portraits are solid, daytime shots are clean and detailed. Vivo has always had a reliable camera philosophy, and that carries over here, but it's not magic. When you zoom in on crops or shoot in tricky light, you feel the limits of the sensor. The number is just marketing. What you're actually getting is a competent, pleasant camera that most people will be happy with. Just don't expect it to compete with a Pixel or a Galaxy at double the price. Now sad part, the ultra-wide, 8 megapixels, and I'll be blunt, it's there, it works, and that's about it. Detail drops off noticeably, dynamic range is weaker, and if you shoot architecture or landscapes, you'll see the difference instantly. At $440, I expected at least 12 or 16 megapixels here. 8 feels like an afterthought. Now here's what confuses me most about this phone. If you put it next to the V70 costs $490. The FE costs $440, $50 cheaper. And the FE has a bigger battery, 7,000 versus 6,500. Then also bigger screen, higher resolution on the main camera, which is 200 megapixels, versus a telephoto setup on that other one. Honestly, in most aspects, the cheaper phone wins. But the V70 has Zeiss optics, which actually affects how images render, especially in low light. It has an ultrasonic fingerprint scanner. The FE uses optical, which works fine, but is noticeably slower. And the build. It's aluminum versus plastic. You feel that every time you hold it, but you probably slap a case on anyway. So what Vivo basically did is make two different phones for two different people, price them $50 apart, and name them in a way that makes you think one is a cheaper version of the other. It's not. It's a trade-off phone. Battery and camera resolution up, build quality and optics down. Now software. Origin OS 6, Android 16. Clean and fast, and lots of customization. One thing that actually surprised me, 4 years of OS updates and 6 years of security patches. On a mid-range Android, especially from Vivo, that's not normal. Google does it and Samsung does it with flagships only. Vivo doing it at this price is surprising. Like they stopped making disposable after 2 years phones. So where does this land? Display is great, 6.83 inches, 120 Hz and 1.5K AMOLED. Bright enough outdoors. Battery is the best in class at this price. Camera is good, not stunning. And build quality is the weak point. The fingerprint scanner is fine, not great. And at $440, I expected Vivo to push a little harder. It is a good phone, I believe that. But good at this price used to mean something different. The competition's real now. And OnePlus Nord 5, Oppo K13 Turbo Pro are phones that hit harder on performance for similar money. Vivo's answer is design and battery. And if those two things matter most to you, this might actually be your phone. So here's my question for you, and I want your actual answer in the comments. If you're spending $440 on a phone, what's the one thing you absolutely will not compromise on? Battery, camera, build quality, performance? Drop it below, because I read everything.
Hi, it's HardReset, and today I'll show you how to enable the dark mode on VIVO V70 FE. It's just simple. Go into the settings, then here find display and dark mode. And that's it. Thanks for watching, don't forget to leave a like and see you in the next one. It's HardReset, and today I'll show you how to record 4K videos on VIVO V70 FE. First go into the camera mode, then video, and right here on top click this option and change to 4K. And that's it. Thanks for watching, don't forget to leave a like and see you in the next one.
Morning guys, and in front of me is VIVO V70 FE, and let me show you how to turn off developer panel. So at first, let's open the settings. Then scroll all the way down and enter System Management. Here you will notice developer options, and all you have to do to deactivate them is to unmark the stop indicator. And that's it, that will be all. So thank you for watching, please subscribe our channel and leave the thumbs up. Hello everyone, today we've got here VIVO V70 FE, and let me show you how to close all running apps on this device. So once you want to close all background apps at once, just mark this three horizontal lines icon. Here you've got all apps that are currently active, and if you want to close all tabs at once, just mark this cross icon here. And that's it, that will be all. So thank you for watching, please subscribe our channel and leave the thumbs up.
Hi, it's HardReset, and today I'll show you how to enable fast charging on VIVO V70 FE. So first go into the settings and find battery settings, then scroll down and into the battery health and charging. Here you have fast charging, just enable this option. And that's it, thanks for watching, don't forget to leave a like and see you in the next one.
Hello everyone, today we've got here VIVO V70 FE, and let me show you how to change for ringtone. So at first, open the settings, then find and select sound and vibration, scroll down and mark Uncommon Call ringtone. Now pick the tune that you want to apply, then just go back and it is already set. You can see the name over here. So that would be all. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe our channel and leave the thumbs up.
Hi, it's HardReset, and today I'll show you how to use camera zoom on VIVO V70 FE. So first open the camera app, and in the photo settings, just pinch the screen to zoom in and zoom out. As you can see, zooming in and out. And that's it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and see you in the next one.
Good morning guys, in front of me is VIVO V70 FE, and let me show you how to change video resolution. So at first, enroll your camera app. Now click on Video panel, and here at the top of the list you will find resolution icon, so just mark it, and now you can pick the preferred option. Let me play 4K, then go back and start recording in selected mode. So that would be all. This is it. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe our channel and leave the thumbs up. Hello everyone, today we've got here VIVO V70 FE, and let me show you how to clear credentials on this device. So first of all, enroll the settings, then find and select security and privacy, and here go to more security settings. Now click on encryption and credentials, and here just select clear credentials. Tap on erase, and that's it. That will be all. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe our channel and leave the thumbs up. Hello everyone, today we've got here VIVO V70 FE, and let me show you how to reset camera settings. So first of all, enroll your camera app. Now mark settings icon and select more settings. Here go to the bottom of the list and you will notice a restore. And if you truly want to get rid of all camera settings and go back to default values, just mark confirm. And that's it, that will be all. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe our channel and leave the thumbs up. Hi guys, today we've got here VIVO V70 FE, and let me show you how to activate and use camera timer. So first of all, enroll your camera app. Now mark settings icon, and here you will notice timer. So you can apply 3, 5 or 10 seconds delay. Let me go with 5-second option. Now click on camera shutter and photo will be grabbed after selected time. And that's it, that will be all. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe our channel and leave the thumbs up.
Hi, it's HardReset, and today I'll show you how to enable and use night mode on VIVO V70 FE. Go into the camera and here find night mode. To use the night mode, you need to hold the phone really steady or use a tripod, and it's used for taking pictures in the night, giving you better lighting. And that's it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and see you in the next one.
Hi guys, today we've got here VIVO V70 FE, and let me show you how to turn on automatic system updates. So first of all, enroll the settings, then scroll all the way down and mark system management. Go to developer options then and locate automatic system updates. All you have to do to turn it on is to mark this indicator. And that will be all. From now on, updates will be applied automatically whenever device restarts. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe our channel and leave the thumbs up.
Hi, it's HardReset, and today I'll show you how to pair a Bluetooth device to your VIVO V70 FE. First, scroll from the top 2 times, click and hold onto Bluetooth and more Bluetooth settings. Then make sure that the Bluetooth is enabled, and from the available devices, choose your device that also have the Bluetooth available. Then click OK on both devices, and that's it. Thanks for watching, don't forget to leave a like and see you in the next one.
Hi guys, in front of me is VIVO V70 FE, and let me show you how to allow unknown sources. So first of all, enroll the settings, then find and select apps, Here go to Special App Access, and now mark Install Unknown Apps. And here just pick the app that you want to give this permission to and mark Allow Unknown Apps to be installed. So that's it. Obviously you can give this permission to any other app of yours. So thank you for watching, please subscribe our channel and leave the thumbs up. Good morning guys, in front of me is VIVO V70 FE and let me show you how to change screen timeout on this device. So at first let's open the settings, then find and select display brightness and eye protection, and here locate auto lock. Here you can customize screen timeout. You can apply 50, 30 seconds, 1, 2, 5 or even 10 minutes, whatever you prefer. Just mark on preferred option and that's it. It is already applied. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe our channel and leave the thumbs up. Hello everyone, today we've got here VIVO V70 FE and let me show you how to reset network settings. So start with opening the settings, then find and select System Management and now go to Reset. Here you've got all reset options with network settings at the top of the list. So once you want to get rid of all setup for your network, so just mark Reset Network Settings and click on Reset to confirm. And that's it. As you can see, network settings have been reset. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe our channel and leave the thumbs up. Good morning guys, and in front of me is VIVO V70 FE and let me show you how to turn on emoji suggestion. So once you want to activate emoji suggestion, just open some area where you've got access to your keypad. So this is the panel that we have to open. Mark Settings, go to Emojis, Stickers and GIFs, and here you'll notice Suggestion Strip. So whenever you want your emoji suggestion to be active, make sure that this indicator is on. And that's it. From now on it is active. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe our channel and leave the thumbs up. Good morning guys, in front of me is VIVO V70 FE and let me show you how to activate OTG Connection. So first of all, enroll the settings, then find and select more connections, and here just locate on the go OTG, mark it, and that's it. From now on it is active, you can smoothly use it, and once you want to switch it off, just unmark the indicator, but basically you can also leave it active because it will be switched off automatically after 10 minutes of inactivity, or even 5 minutes here. So that will be all. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe our channel and leave the thumbs up. Good morning guys, today we've got here VIVO V70 FE and let me show you how to update apps on this device. So first of all, enroll your Play Store. Now mark your account icon in the right upper corner and select Manage Apps and Device right here. Now select See Details under Updates Available, and you've got two options now. You can either update one or just some particular apps that you want to update, just by tapping on Update right next to their icon, or you can update all apps at once by tapping on Update All. And that would be all. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe our channel and leave the thumbs up. Good morning guys, today we've got here VIVO V70 FE and let me show you how to reset app preferences. So first of all, enroll the settings, then find and select apps, and here click on App Manager. Mark More icon now, and here you will notice Reset App Preferences at the very bottom. Mark it, and now if you truly want to reset all preferences for disabled apps, disabled app notifications, default applications for actions, background data restriction for apps, or any other permission restrictions, just mark Reset. And that's it, that will be all. So thank you for watching, please subscribe our channel and leave the thumbs up. Guys, in front of me is VIVO V70 FE and let me show you how to remove Google account from this device. So first of all, enroll the settings. Then find and select users and accounts right here and pick the account that you want to get rid of. Mark delete then, and if you truly want to do it, if you really want to get rid of this account along with all its data like contacts, mails, photos, and so on, just tap on OK. Tap on OK to confirm, draw your unlock pattern to verify your identity, and that's it. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe our channel and leave the thumbs up.
Hi, it's HardReset, and today I'll show you how to take a screenshot and record the screen on VIVO V70 FE. So to take a screenshot, just use the volume down button and power on button simultaneously. And to record the screen, just use the quick settings right here and find the screen recorder right here. And that's it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and see you in the next one.
Good morning guys, in front of me is VIVO V70 FE and let me show you how to clear browsing data. So first of all, enroll the browser that you are using. Now mark more icon and select delete browsing data. Here go to more options and you can customize data that you wish to remove. So just mark those that you want to get rid of and then choose the time range. So you can remove history from past 15 minutes, hour, day, 7 days, 4 weeks or all time, however you prefer, and mark the data. Confirm. And that's it, that would be all. So thank you for watching, please subscribe our channel and leave the thumbs up.
Hi, it's HardReset, and today I'll show you how to change the screen timeout on VIVO V70 FE. So first, unlock your phone and go into the settings. Then right from here into the display settings. Scroll down to auto lock and right here you can choose the screen timeout. I recommend shortening this time to around 1 minute to save the battery. Thanks for watching, don't forget to leave a like and see you in the next one.
Good morning guys, in front of me is VIVO V70 FE and let me show you how to change system language. So at first, enroll the settings. Then from main settings list, not from wallpapers, select system management. Now locate language and region and pick other language. So now just scroll till you find the preferred language or in search area enter the language that you want to apply, pick it and mark change system language. And that's it, that would be all. Just give it a couple of seconds and it will be applied. So that would be all. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe our channel and leave the thumbs up. Good morning guys, in front of me is VIVO V70 FE and let me show you how to check IMEI number. So at first, let's open your phone dialer. Now enter secret code which is *#06#, and here you've got device info with both IMEI included here. So you've got IMEI for SIM slot 1 and the second right in front of you. Tap on OK to exit. And you can also check those numbers via settings. So at first let's enroll the settings, then scroll all the way down and enter about phone. Here go a bit lower and mark status. And here you've got also both IMEI numbers. So that's it, that will be all. Thank you for watching, please subscribe our channel and leave the thumbs up. Well guys, in front of me is VIVO V70 FE and let me show you how to check for software updates. So first of all, enroll the settings, then scroll all the way down and click on System Update here. And now just wait. Here you will be able to see the info after your device was scanned, and in my case there is new version available, and you can decide if you want to install it right now or overnight. I'll go with overnight, but basically that's it. If your system is up to date, you will also get the relevant information. So that's it, that will be all. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe our channel and leave the thumbs up. Well, guys, in front of me is VIVO V70 FE, and let me show you how to change voicemail notification sound. So once you want to change the voicemail notification sound, just open Phone Dialer, mark More icon, and go to Settings. Here you'll notice voicemail, just mark it here, select Notifications, and here pick the tune that you want to apply. Actually here, so 2 more clicks to select the tune, pick it, I'll go with Arrival, go back, and as you can see it is already set. So that's it, that will be all. Thank you for watching, please subscribe our channel and leave the thumbs up. Well, guys, in front of me is VIVO V70 FE, and let me show you how to activate demo mode. So at first, enroll the settings, then find and select System Management and go to Developer Options. If you cannot find developer options here, just take a look on our tutorial how to unlock them. And now just locate demo mode. Here it is, System Demo Mode, click to manage, and now you can smoothly activate it by tapping on Enable Demo Mode, and you can also make it visible by tapping on Show Demo Mode. So that's it. To turn demo mode off, just unmark the stop indicator. And basically that's it. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe our channel and leave the thumbs up. Morning, guys, in front of me is VIVO V70 FE, and let me show you how to check the whole screen time on this device. So at first, enroll the settings, then find and select Digital Wellbeing and Parental Controls. And here we've got kind of basic statistics. Click in the middle of the screen again, and here you will be able to get a bit more knowledge. You can check particular apps, then you can set the scale here via screen time, notifications received, or times opened, and also if you open particular app you can check it daily or hourly. So that's it, that will be all. Thank you for watching, please subscribe our channel and leave the thumbs up. And guys, in front of me is VIVO V70 FE, and let me show you how to remove fingerprint from this device. So first of all, enroll the settings. Then from main settings list, select security and privacy. And here go to device unlocking. Here you'll notice fingerprint, mark to enroll, provide your pattern, PIN code or the password, whatever you use. And now unmark fingerprint for unlocking. Now click on fingerprint and select delete. And if you truly want to remove this fingerprint from your device, just mark delete, and that's it. So thank you for watching, please subscribe our channel and leave the thumbs up. Good morning, guys, in front of me is VIVO V70 FE, and let me show you how to perform a virus scan. So at first, locate and open iManager. Then under Phone Manager, click on Security Scan and wait till your device is scanned. It will be done automatically. Here you will be able to read the notification about your device. If it's secure, it will be written here, and if not, you will see same info as I do have. There is one risk detected, take action now. So in my case, it's all about screen lock password. I can set it up now from this panel. So that's it, that will be all. Thank you for watching, please subscribe our channel and leave the thumbs up.
Hi, it's HardReset, and today I'll show you how to change the system navigation on VIVO V70 FE. So first go into the settings, then scroll down to System Management. Right here, System Navigation, and here you can change the gestures and the navigation key. When you have the gestures, to go into the home screen, just swipe from the bottom. Now to open the background apps from the bottom and hold on the center of the screen. And here are the background apps. And now to go back, just swipe from the left or from the right. And that's it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and see you in the next one.
Good morning guys, in front of me is VIVO V70 FE, and let me show you how to change date and time on this device. So first of all, enroll the settings. Then find and select System Management and click on Date and Time. And now you need to switch off automatic date and time and select it manually from the list. And that's it. Whenever you want to go back to automatic setup, just unmark the stop indicator and it will be set automatically again. This panel also allows you to switch the time zone, so you can turn off automatic one and then select it from the list. At first, pick the region and then time zone if there is more than one. So that will be all. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe our channel and leave the thumbs up. Good morning guys, today we've got here VIVO V70 FE, and let me show you how to play dark theme on this device. So start with opening the settings, then find and select display brightness and eye protection, and here at the very top you will notice light and dark mode. So once you want to apply dark theme, just mark dark mode. And that's it, it is already applied. So basically that's it. However, you can also customize it a bit. So you can either schedule it. So here you can make it active from sunset to sunrise or at custom hours, however you prefer. And also if you open dark mode settings, you can activate dim home screen wallpaper or deactivate it, however you like. So that's it, that will be all. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe our channel and leave the thumbs up. Guys, in front of me is VIVO V70 FE, and let me show you how to activate or deactivate battery percentage and status bar. So at first, enroll the settings, then find and select battery, and here you will notice battery icon and status bar. Click to customize, and now pick the battery style here. So as you can see, you can pick vertical, horizontal as it currently is, or circle. I'll go with vertical to apply some change, and then go to percentage display mode. So it can be either hidden, then in vertical option you can be outside the battery icon, but if you pick horizontal it can be also inside the battery icon. So that's it, that will be all. Thank you for watching, please subscribe our channel and leave the thumbs up. Hello everyone, today we've got here VIVO V70 FE, and let me show you how to check serial number assigned to this device. So at first, open your phone dialer. Now enroll keypad and enter code *06#06#. And here we've got device information with serial number at the bottom. Tap on OK to exit, and now you can also find it via settings. So at first, let's open the settings, then find and select About Phone. Here, go to Status Info, go a bit lower, and if you cannot find it, okay, here it is. So right under Bluetooth, serial number is located, so this is how we can smoothly check the serial number via settings as well. So that's it, that will be all. Thank you for watching, please subscribe our channel and leave the thumbs up. Morning guys, in front of me is VIVO V70 FE, and let me show you how to activate Google Backup. So first of all, enroll the settings, then find and select System Management and mark Backup and Restore. Here under Google Server you will notice backup data, so just mark this indicator and click on Turn On. Now decide if you want to protect photos and videos or just other device data, or maybe both, and I'll go with both. Obviously, this is how it works once you are already logged in with your account. If you are not, you will have to provide your email address or phone number, whatever is connected with your account, along with the password. Then mark Confirm, and as you can see, it is active, so Google Backup is turned on. So that would be all. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe our channel and leave the thumbs up. Good morning guys, today we've got here VIVO V70 FE, and let me show you how to turn off personalized Google Ads. So first of all, open the settings, then find and select Google and go to all services. Here you'll notice ads, smoothly enroll, and as you can see at the very top, you can reset or delete advertising ID. So if you want to reset it, just mark reset and it will be done. But if you want to permanently remove it, just mark delete advertising ID. So as you can see, it will delete your current ID. Apps still would be able to show you some ads, however, that will not be that relevant. So if you want to do it, just confirm, and that's it. As you can see, this operation is super quick, super easy, and truly useful. So that's it, that will be all. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe our channel and leave the thumbs up. Guys, today we've got here VIVO V70 FE, and let me show you how to change wallpaper on this device. So first of all, enroll the settings, then find and select home screen, lock screen and wallpaper, and here you will notice wallpapers. Just mark it, tap on agree, and now it's time to select the picture that you want to cover your screen with. You can select something from your own albums, you can go with one from pre-installed wallpapers or online wallpapers. You can explore it more by tapping on more, and here you've got access to online wallpapers. And let me go, for example, with, okay, it can be this one. At first, download the particular one, tap on apply, and then decide if it's for your lock screen only, just your home screen, or both home and lock screens. Let me pick this third option, and that's it, that will be all. As you can see, it is already applied on both home and lock screens. Thank you for watching, please subscribe our channel and leave the thumbs up. Good morning guys, today we've got here VIVO V70 FE, and let me show you how to clear cache and speed up your device. So first of all, open the settings, then from main settings list select apps. So here we've got them, and now go to App Manager. Once you've got the whole app list, you can either go app by app or just start with those apps that you use most frequently, and then select storage here. So sorry, it's at the top of the list. Here we have nothing to clear, so let's pick another app, again storage, and here you will be able to clear cache, and just go app by app to remove it all, or just those that you use most frequently, and there's quite a lot to remove. It will definitely make your VIVO work faster. So that's it, that will be all. Thank you for watching, please subscribe our channel and leave the thumbs up.
Hi, it's HardReset, and today I'll show you the battery drain and power issues fix on VIVO V70 FE. So first go into the settings, then find battery settings, and here we have the power saving management, and enable the first two options, auto turn on battery saver and battery saver auto turn off. Right here you can change the battery percentage at which the battery saver will enable. I recommend around 30%. Then go into the display and brightness, enable the dark mode that will save the battery, lower the brightness or use auto brightness, and lower the auto lock time to around 1 minute. Also, in the quick settings, disable every feature you're not currently using, for example, Wi-Fi or Bluetooth. Thanks for watching, don't forget to leave a like and see you in the next one. Hi, it's HardReset and today I'll show you how to customize the notification per app on VIVO V70 FE. So first, go into the settings and find the app's settings. Then go into App Manager and find the app, for example, Facebook. Here you have notifications, then allow notifications, and here you have, for example, reminder mode, where if an app doesn't support badge counts, the badge cannot be displayed. And that's where the notifications from that app can appear, for example, lock screen, pop-up, or badges, also the AOD match lock screen. And here you also can have silent notifications, mute notifications, and show in notification center only. And that's it, you can do that with every app. Thanks for watching, don't forget to leave a like and see you in the next one.
Good morning guys, in front of me is VIVO V70 FE and let me show you how to perform a soft reset of this device. So once your Vivo is stuck for some unknown reason and you want to perform a soft reset and you want to reboot it, just tap on power button along with volume up button. Just tap and hold and click for around 10 seconds. Once you feel a smooth vibration and also see Vivo logo, you can remove both fingers from both buttons and wait till it's rebooted. And once it's active, just unlock it and use it smoothly. It should work properly right now. So that will be all. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe our channel and leave the thumbs up.
Hi, it's HardReset and today I'll show you how to customize your home screen on VIVO V70 FE. First, go into the settings and then find home screen, lock screen and wallpaper. Here you can change the wallpaper or even select it from your album. Here you have themes. Also, you can change always on display. First you need to enable it and here you have some themes. Then you have icons that you can also change. Round the corners, change the size, and disable or enable show icon name. Then, to change the lock screen, first go into the lock screen and pinch with 2 fingers, then unlock. Here you can change the effects. Once again, here edit, the lock screen. You can change the depth effect and the widgets. That's it, thanks for watching, don't forget to leave a like and see you in the next one. Hi, it's HardReset and today I'll show you how to set up fingerprint and face recognition on VIVO V70 FE. First, go into the settings, then find security and privacy and device unlocking, then face. Here enter your password and add face and enroll now. Now align your face in the circular frame and OK. Now go back and into the fingerprint, put in your password, fingerprint, here add a fingerprint, enroll now. and place your fingerprint, press and hold the fingerprint scanner right here and lift it off. Remember to use every angle of your finger. And okay. And that's it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and see you in the next one.
Hello everyone, and in front of me is VIVO V70 FE, and let me show you how to do fingerprint. So first of all, enroll the settings, then find and select security and privacy, and here mark device unlocken. Pick fingerprint, and now choose unlock. At first you need to set some backup to your fingerprint. It can be pattern, pin code, or the password. I'll go with pattern. Obviously, if you already have one, just enter it. But if you don't, you will have to create it. And as you can see, fingerprint sensor is located on your home screen, so just keep tapping till it's fully added. Place your fingerprint on the sensor, lift it up, place it again, and repeat till it's fully done. Tap on OK once it's done, and from now on you will be able to unlock your device with this fingerprint only. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe our channel and leave the thumbs up.
Hi, it's HardReset, and today I'll show you the battery saving tips on VIVO V70 FE. First, go into the settings, find battery settings, and here we have power saving management. First, auto turn on battery saver, set a battery level between 10% and 90% to automatically turn this on, and here select, for example, 30%. Also enable battery saver turn auto off. Then we have the battery usage status. As you can see, your apps are consuming power normally, so here you can check that information. We have also battery health and charging, maximum battery capacity, optimize battery charging here. We have bypass charging at above 20% charge, prioritize power to the system and slow down power to the battery. We also have the fast charging. The phone may get warm during the fast charging. If turned off, charging speed adjusts when the temperature is high. Then go into the display, enable the dark mode and auto brightness, shorten the auto lock time to around 1 minute, scroll from the top and disable every feature you're not using, for example, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth. And that's it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and see you in the next one.
Good morning guys, in front of me is the VIVO V70 FE, and let me show you how to reset all the settings on this device. So at first, enroll the settings, then find and select System Management and go to Reset Options. Here you will notice Reset All Settings. And now, if you truly want to reset everything, like all the settings to their defaults, including function switches, options, personalized settings, wallpapers, contents, and so on, just mark reset. If you do have fingerprint, provided. If you use lock screen pattern, pin code, password, provided, and then configure. Now, just wait till it's done. And that's it, that will be all. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe our channel and leave the thumbs up.
Hi, it's HardReset, and today I'll show you how to use the optimization for gaming performance on VIVO V70 FE. First, open the settings and right here find the Ultra Game mode. Right here you have the supported games. As you can see, I don't have many games. And right here we have swipe sideways to bring up in a game, swipe sideways from the upper edge to bring Ultra Game mode up quickly. So I'll recommend enabling it and just swipe to open the Ultra Game mode. We have the rendering enhancements. Here, enhance game visuals with the following advanced technologies, offering you specifically tuned game performance. This feature supports all games added to Ultra Game mode. We have local tone mapping, color enhancements, natural tone preservation, and detail sharpening. Then we have the eSports mode. eSport mode offers high-performance settings used by pro players. Enable it from the sidebar in supported games from an immersive and smoother experience. Also, we have off-screen autoplay. Bring Ultra Game mode up in a games to enable off-screen autoplay. Games keep running when the screen is off, reducing power consumption and preventing pausing after locking. This feature supports all games added to Ultra Game mode. Also, when you scroll from the top, here you have Ultra Game mode to disable and enable. That's it, thanks for watching, don't forget to leave a like and see you in the next one.
Good morning guys, today we've got here VIVO V70 FE and let me show you how to change keyboard language. So first of all, open some area where you've got access to your keyboard. So this is the panel that we have to open. Now mark settings, go to languages and pick add keyboard. Now you can either scroll till you find the preferred one or in search area enter the preferred language. Tap on done. Now you can remove unnecessary language, go back, and that's it. So let me apply maybe this more classic layout, because here now you can see the letters but not on keyboard. I'll go to the very bottom. And here we'll be able to find it or some other one. Okay, so let me even pick this one. And now, as you can see here, you can change the layout of your keyboard. I'll go with the classic one, with switching off the same that we had in Chinese. Now let me remove this Chinese language and you will be able to see the difference clearly. As you can see, this is how the change is applied. So that's it, that will be all. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe our channel and leave the thumbs up.
Welcome. In front of me is a VIVO V70 FE, and today I will show you how you can boot this device into Fastboot mode. So, to get started, you will first want to turn off your device by pressing the power button and volume up at the same time. And from there, swipe this button to the right to power off your device. And when you let go, it will turn off. Now, give it like 5 seconds after the screen turns black, and then hold these two buttons again, so power and the volume up. And when you see the VIVO logo, let go of the power button. And as you can see, this immediately takes us to the Fastboot mode. And here we have two options: reboot, which takes us back to Android, and recovery mode, which will take us to the dedicated recovery mode that it has. And to select either one of those options, you will need to use a volume button. As you can see, screen doesn't really respond right here. So volume down will navigate down, while up will go up, and power button will be used to confirm whatever is selected. So right now reboot is selected, so I'm just going to confirm it with the power button so I can get back to Android. And there we go. So, if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.
Hi, it's HardReset, and today I'll show you how to change display settings on VIVO V70 FE. First, go into the settings, then find display brightness and eye protection. Right here, the first option is the dark mode. You can choose the dark mode, that will save you a battery, but you can stick also with the light mode. Then you have the brightness, and it's just how bright your screen is. Auto brightness will automatically change your brightness depending on the area that you're in. Here we have eye comfort and protection. We have eye protection that will minimize the blue light coming from your screen. You also can schedule this. Here you have the adjustments. Then we have auto lock. I recommend shortening this time to around 1 minute for battery protections. And it will just lock your phone after a couple of minutes if you're not using it. We have font style, size, and it's just for your font that you can change right here, even enable the bold text. We have screen colors. You can change here the color palette of your phone, natural, professional, and bright. Also the color temperature adjustments. We have warm, cool, or default. And here we have also visual enhancements, enhance colors and contrast for a more vivid display. And that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and see you in the next one.
Welcome. In front of me is a VIVO V70 FE, and today I'll show you how you can boot this device into recovery mode. So, to get started, we'll first need to turn off our device. So let's press power button and volume up. And from there, swipe the power off button to the right. Give it a couple of seconds after it turns black, and then hold again power button and volume up. We're going to hold them for a little bit longer, and you want to let go of the power button when you see the VIVO logo. Now this will first take us to the Fastboot mode. In here, using volume down to navigate down, you want to select recovery mode and then confirm it using power button. And here is our recovery mode. And here we have a couple options like install software, clear data, which consists of a wipe cache and factory reset. We have also safe mode and check system, as well as two different options to leave this mode, which I'll be utilizing restart to get back to Android and just confirm it. And as you can see, you can just simply tap on these options, and you don't need to mess around with the volume buttons like we did have to before. And there we go. So if you found this very helpful, then don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching. Welcome. In front of me is a VIVO V70 FE, and today I'll show you how you can wipe cache partition on this device. So, to get started, you will first want to turn off your device by pressing the power button and volume up at the same time. This will bring up your boot options, and from here you want to swipe up the first one, swipe it to the right, and this will turn off your device. From here, hold the power button and volume up, and let go of the power button when you have the Vivo logo show up on the screen. And when the Fastboot mode is visible, you can let go of the volume up as well. Next, using volume buttons to navigate, specifically in this case volume down, so we can select the recovery mode. Once it's selected, press the power button to confirm that selection. And let's give it a moment for the device to boot into the recovery mode. So in here, to wipe cache, we're going to navigate to clear data, and we can now select clear cache. It gives a quick pop-up, clear cache. Only cache will be cleared, no device settings or data will be affected. We're going to click on OK. And it's nearly instantaneous, so we can see it's already cleared. You can now select return to go back, and click on this arrow to go back to the main page, and click on the restart to get back to the Android. And as you can see, we're now back in Android. So, if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.
Hi, it's HardReset, and today I will show you all the camera modes explained on VIVO V70 FE. So go into the camera. And here, first, we have photo. It's just a normal photo mode for taking pictures. Also, we have the video mode, and it's for normal video. Then we have micro movie. This allows us to take a couple of mini videos. For example, as you can see, I already have some. Now record a little and once again. And then when you click ready, it will automatically make an edit for you. Then we have the portrait mode, and it's for taking pictures with your face. Then you have night mode. Remember, to use night mode, you need to hold your phone really steady or use a tripod. And it's for taking pictures in the night, and it gives better lighting. Then we have more settings, and we have high resolution that uses 50 megapixel camera, the panorama photo that when you click it, you move your phone till the end, and then it makes a really wide photo. Then Ultra HD document, and it's for scanning a documents. Slow motion, that is a video that after recording will be slowed down. You can see that it is slowed down. Then time-lapse, and it's for example, just you have some experiment or whatever, and you click on it, and it takes a photo every couple of minutes, seconds, even hours, and then it edits in one video. Then we have Supermoon. We have Pro Video that allows us to manipulate with every option. Food for taking up pictures of your food. And Dual View that gives you the photo or video from the back and front camera at the same time. Thanks for watching, don't forget to leave a like and see you in the next one.
Welcome. In front of me is a VIVO V70 FE, and today I'll show you how you can insert SIM card into this device. Now, I do want to quickly mention, in the title it might say a SIM card and SD card. This device I don't think has an SD card tray. If it does say that, sorry for misleading you, but I'm gonna kind of figure out that in a second. In any case, to get started, you'll want to grab a SIM eject tool, similar to this one, which will come provided with the device and the box. Typically, it won't look as fancy as this one, and more commonly, it just looks like a piece of metal with a pointy end. Now, if you can't find any of that, what you could do is use a paper clip, straighten out one of the ends, and it should work just as well, as long as it doesn't have that plastic wrap. If it does, just cut it off. Now, with that being said, once you have either one of those, you can pop out the tray, which we do need to take the case off for this. And the tray is located at the bottom of the device, right over here. Now you have two holes. The one that you want to use is the one that is part of this cutout right here. This is actually a microphone. If you poked it, don't worry, nothing happened. So from there, push the pen in. And when you do, you can see that the tray pops out enough for you to pull it out all the way. On the tray, you have space for two SIM cards, one on each side, and they're both labeled. So we have SIM 1, and then SIM... Oh, actually, the bottom one isn't labeled. Oh, no, it is, but holy hell, is it bad labeling. Let's see if I can try to get the camera to capture this. Come on, focus on me. So, oh, there we go. You can see it right here at the very top, like faintly. It says SIM. Oh boy, now I can't get it. So it does say SIM 2. You'll have to take my word. The top one, where it's SIM 1, I think it's a little bit easier to spot. Yep, there we go. There you can see it better right here, SIM 1. So I'm pointing that out because this will actually matter. If you're planning to use eSIM specifically, or eSIM with a SIM card. So the SIM spot number 2, which is the bottom one, usually is interchangeable with eSIM. And I don't know if this device even has eSIM. Let's quickly check. So if I open up settings, search. Yep, it does have eSIM. So if you toggle this on, it will give you a message. Once enabled, your physical SIM card 2 will be replaced by the eSIM. So the bottom tray is interchangeable. You can either use eSIM or physical card. If you enable eSIM in here, automatically the bottom tray becomes inactive. So for this purpose, make sure that if you're planning to use both, you are occupying the SIM spot number 1, which is this one actually. So SIM spot number 1. Now, if you're not going to be using eSIM, it doesn't matter. You can place it on top or bottom. I actually personally, because I don't use eSIM, prefer the bottom one, as most devices on the bottom tray have a retention bracket which prevents the card from falling out if you flip it upside down, which I just find very useful. So from there, just insert it back into your device, and the card should start working right away. As you can see, hence why it's prompting me to confirm my SIM card PIN. And that's it. It's now unlocked and ready to go, and it shows up right here. So, with that being said, I hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.
The VIVO V70 FE was released in March 2026 as the fashion edition of the V series lineup. The FE suffix hides several features that deserve a separate discussion. That's exactly what we'll be talking about. The main feature of the V70 FE is its 7000 mAh battery, packed into a body that's just 7.5 mm thick and weighs 200 grams. Most smartphones in 2026 with similar thickness have batteries that last around 4500 to 5000 mAh. VIVO managed to fit in significantly more thanks to a new silicon carbon cell technology. In real-world use, this provides about 1.5 days of operation with active usage scenarios like gaming, shooting photos, and watching videos. With a more relaxed usage pattern, messaging, social media, music, navigation on the way to work, the phone lasts until the end of the second day without recharging. And what about the camera? VIVO's main module is a 200 megapixel sensor with an aperture of 1.7 and optical stabilization. Such a combination is rarely found in smartphones of this price category. Usually manufacturers either install a high-resolution sensor without OIS, or there is OIS but the sensor is smaller. The camera is complemented by an ultra-wide module with 8 megapixels and a front camera with 50 megapixels. The high resolution of the selfie camera is a clear hint at the target audience. The fashion edition in the name is no coincidence. The V70 FE has a large display, 6.3 inches. It's an AMOLED panel with 1.5K resolution. The refresh rate is 120 Hz. We have this available in the settings. And the peak brightness is 1900 nits. The display brightness here is primarily important for working under sunlight. At 1900 nits, the screen remains readable outdoors on a clear day without needing to shield it with your hand. The VIVO V70 FE has received 2 protection certificates at once, IP68 and IP69. IP68 means resistance to immersion in fresh water, while IP69 means resistance to high-pressure hot water jets. And the combination of these 2 standards is still rare for consumer electronics. According to the specifications, the V70 FE can withstand immersion to a depth of up to 1.5 meters for up to 2 hours. Under the hood, there's a MediaTek Dimensity 7360 turbo chipset paired with either 8 or 12 gigabytes of RAM and storage of up to 512 gigabytes. For everyday tasks and most games, this processor is more than enough. In demanding games at maximum settings, there will be noticeable frame drops. The phone runs on Origin OS on top of Android 16, and this is the first generation of Origin OS that VIVO is promoting in the global versions of its smartphones. Previously, the interface was only available on the Chinese market. Compared to the previous FunTouch OS, the system now has fewer pre-installed apps and the ads and notifications are gone. The VIVO V70 FE supports wired charging at 90 watts, and it charges from 0 to 100% in about an hour, or to 50% in just over 20 minutes. An important point for European buyers: in the European package, there is no charger included in the box. This has become standard practice in recent years, and VIVO is following the lead of other manufacturers. If you already have a compatible 90 watt or higher power adapter, you won't need to buy anything extra. If not, you'll need to order the adapter separately and factor its cost into your overall budget. So, the VIVO V70 FE is aimed at those who value battery life, camera quality, and device protection. It doesn't compete with flagships in terms of performance, but within its niche, it offers a rare combination of a slim body and a 7000 mAh battery. If you need a phone with enough charge for 1.5 to 2 days of active use, above average water resistance, and a sensor that handles everyday photography, the VIVO V70 FE is worth considering. When buying in Europe, don't forget about the separate power adapter. And that's all. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe to our channel.
Welcome. In front of me is a VIVO V70 FE, and today I will show you how you can enable and also set up your Do Not Disturb mode. So, to get started, you will want to first swipe down from the top of your screen. If you have a separation between toggles and notifications, make sure you do it from the right side. Next, in this area right here, you can swipe down again to extend the list of visible toggles and locate the Do Not Disturb mode. Now, for me, this is located on the last page right over here. Now, if you don't see this toggle, which could potentially happen, you can add it by clicking right here on this pencil, finding it somewhere below right here, and then once you do, hold it. You can then drag it, drop it, click on a check mark, and it will stay added to this list. So once you have this toggle visible in this list, first time around, I recommend holding it. This will quickly take you to the settings. And in here, I'll go over some of the options right here. So starting off with the people, you can select exceptions. So you can select who will be able to message you and call you when this mode is enabled. So for messages, for instance, we have multiple options I can select, but generally it's contacts, favorite contacts, priority, which is something like different than favorites, anyone, and no one. While calls have the same kind of options minus the priority, so favorite contacts, contacts, anyone, no one, and they do come with an additional option for repeated calls. So if someone calls you twice within a 15-minute period, it completely disregards whatever you have selected right here, as long as they meet that requirement. It could potentially be a good option in case of emergencies, as people in emergencies tend to just spam call that shit out of you till you pick up. So this would allow them to actually reach you. Now going back in here, we have also applications. So you can select which applications can be annoying as hell even when the mode is enabled and give you notifications, while we have other things like alarms and other interruptions which can specify. And then below that we have schedules, duration for quick settings, and display options for filtered notifications. So in the schedule, you can just select fully automatic schedules. You can create new ones, edit the existing ones, and if you're planning to use any kind of schedule, just toggle it on in here like so, and you're good to go. Your phone will from now on do everything else for you under these parameters that are of that schedule. Now going back in here, we have also duration for quick settings. And this gives us three options: until you turn it off, which is the default one, for specific time period, or ask every time. This option refers to you tapping on this toggle manually. So like I said, right now it's until turn off, so I just tap on it and it immediately turns on and stays on. But if I, for instance, select it on a timer, it would then be turning on for 4 hours, though it doesn't really let me know here that it will, but that's the outcome. It's going to run for 4 hours, at which point it's going to turn itself off, but obviously I can still turn it off myself. And last option, it would give me these two first options every time I tap on it. So I can choose different time right here, or just until I turn off. So it's completely up to you what you want to select right here. I generally like the timed option and set it up to something like 4 hours, but that's just personal preference. And the last one is just notifications, so I'm not even going to talk about this. Now let's close this up, and whenever you want to use it, as you already seen, just find the toggle, simply tap on it. See, I'm going to do it like this, and there we go. It's now enabled, and you can see this little icon right here to let you know that it is turned on. Now once you're done using it, if you did the manual kind of option where you have to turn it off, find the toggle once more and just tap on it again to disable it. And that's all you would need to do. So with that being said, I hope you found this very helpful. And if you did, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.
Is 200 megapixels in a smartphone a real tool or just a marketing trap? I spent a week with the VIVO V70 FE 5G, using it as my main camera. I shot in complete darkness, chased the moon, and tested the smart bokeh that promises to replace a DSLR. Today I'm going to show you the whole truth, no sugarcoating. Let's go. Before we get to the footage, let's take a look at the hardware. The main module is a monstrous 200 megapixels with an aperture of 1.9 and optical image stabilization, OIS. This is critically important. The image won't shake with the slightest movement. The second camera is an ultra-wide with 8 megapixels and a 120-degree field of view. The front camera is no slouch either. I have the international version with 32 megapixels, although for India they shipped a full 50 megapixels with autofocus. And the cherry on top is the Ring light front-facing flash. Essentially, it's a pocket-sized softbox that's always with you. Nighttime is the toughest test, and VIVO has prepared a whole arsenal of technologies for it. Honestly, for night mode, the scene looks really impressive. You can see details in the shadows, and even the stars have come out. It feels like I was shooting on a well-lit street, even though in reality it was almost completely dark. Supermoon. Unfortunately, the moon was not visible that night, but the sky turned out to be very atmospheric. I think it will look even better with the moon in the frame, although we understand that the algorithms will probably add some details. Night panorama. The gluing is not perfect, but quite decent. Overall, I like panoramas even more than regular photos. Again, everything is very bright and clear. And now, styles. This is what makes your photos unique without lengthy Photoshop editing. Cyberpunk, blue eyes, green orange, dark red, blue orange, silver orange. The colors are just amazing. My personal favorite is green orange. The image instantly gets a cinematic look. Black and gold, black and white film, maximum style and drama. It feels like you shot it on expensive black and white film. Here, the A-Visual system is at work. We can manually adjust the aperture from 16, where everything is in focus, to a crazy 0.95. The natural bokeh works very precisely. Hair is separated from the background clearly without the usual flaws and blurry edges. Rotating highlight effect. Honestly, I didn't notice a huge difference here compared to a regular portrait. The effect is very subtle, the bubble effect. But here, the highlights look truly gorgeous. It feels like you're really holding an expensive portrait lens in your hands. Here, you can adjust the focal length from 16mm to 115. And let's take a look at the zoom. Ultra-wide 0.6 versus 30 times zoom. At 0.6, it's nice that there are no strong distortions at the edges. As for 30 times, that's pure digital zoom. Yes, the image is a bit blurry, but the details are still distinguishable. 200 megapixel mode. The quality is excellent. The texture of materials and the contours of objects are perfectly visible even when zoomed in a lot. Texture, vivid and natural styles. Natural is for those who prefer an honest, true-to-life image. Texture is my choice. It adds sharpness and character in a cool way. "4K walking test." The tandem of Giro AS and OIS works brilliantly. The image is very smooth as if it was shot with a Steadicam. 10 times zoom test in video. It's perfect for everyday tasks. The focus is tenacious and doesn't get lost. For those who don't want to bother with editing, there's a mini-movie mode with ready-made presets. The food and travel modes are a godsend for reels and shorts. The smartphone automatically selects music and creates dynamic cuts. The sport and night modes look bold. It's cool that the system itself knows exactly when to add slow motion. Here are a couple more features for professional content. Slow motion and time-lapse shooting. Slow-mo works great, allowing you to capture very impressive shots. The time-lapse feature was also pleasing. The acceleration is smooth and high quality. High-resolution panorama. The stitching is very well done, and the field of view feels like it was shot with a top-tier ultra-wide lens. Is the VIVO V70 FE worth your attention? Let's get down to the facts. Iron, plus 200 megapixels of detail is powerful. The downside is that files eat up memory very quickly. Night, plus the styles and aura are top-notch. Cons, sometimes the sky looks too light. Portrait, plus bokeh pattern. Minus at 0.85 sometimes blurs the edges of the ears. Photo, the advantage is the flexibility of focal lengths. Minus 30x zoom only for good light. Video, plus stabilization. Cons, no 4K 60 FPS mode. Mini movie, plus ready-made content without effort. Minus, the templates get old pretty quickly. My verdict, if you're a mobile photographer, this is a beast. If you're a professional videographer, you might miss having 60 frames per second in 4K, but for its price, this camera delivers. And what do you think? Write in the comments.
Welcome. In front of me is a VIVO V70 FE, and today I will show you how we can capture a screenshot on this device. So, to get started, you'll first want to open up content that you wish to capture. For me, I'll be using home screen as an example for this, and it's already open and visible. Just make sure that whatever you want to capture is visible on your screen right now. And once it is, press the power button and volume down at the same time, like so. And here's your screenshot with scroll and share options visible. And you can also do another screenshot using a 3-finger swipe gesture. So you just see me do, like so. And this also captures a screenshot. Now I do want to point out one thing before I show you the screenshots. You won't always be able to capture a screenshot in every single application. As an example, bank applications block screenshots for privacy and security reasons. As an example, if you imagine that you potentially could have some kind of malware on your device that is using screenshots or screen recordings, as both fall under the same kind of feature, to try to gain your info to your passwords or pins to access the bank, you can imagine how that would be very unsecure for you. So screenshots are just straight up blocked from being taken in such an application, while screen recordings record a black screen. Now, banks might block you from taking a screenshot, but they do give you an option to usually, for instance, download a PDF file of the payment verification that you probably wanted to capture as a screenshot. So they might not have one give you this option, but they provide you with a new way of achieving what you wanted to. Now, what you will also encounter is applications which there is none of in here that block screen recorders and screenshots just because they feel like it's your job to protect their privacy and security, and not yours, theirs meaning, and protect them from piracy, which I say you shouldn't give two shits about it. And I'll be showing you how you can circumvent that bullshit, because let's be honest, this is unacceptable. So most likely streaming platforms, not most likely, but definitely streaming platforms such as Netflix, HBO, Hulu, and so on will basically be blocking your screenshots and also screen recordings. And hey, if you're paying for the service, you're in your damn right to capture it because, well, you're paying for it. So I will be showing you in a moment how you can do that, but let's first navigate to our albums, and in here, let me just back out, and in here typically you would be located in the Photos tab, which will display all your screenshots, but it also displays screen recordings, photos, videos, and everything else. So it potentially would be much easier for you to navigate to albums, and in albums find album called screenshots, in which you'll find, well, just that. And here are the 3 screenshots that I have captured. Now, for the people that want to capture, I don't know, maybe some kind of show or movie, maybe there's something weird or funny that you want to take a screenshot of or record a little small snippet of so you can share it with your friends. Instead of using the application that you paid for, which is for some reason completely blatantly thinking that your device is their device and they can do whatever the shit they want on it, instead you're going to open up Chrome instead of that, and you want to search for anything that basically implies a free service. So you can search for something like free Netflix alternatives or something along those lines, or you can do what I was doing before, which is searching for pstream.mov. Now, this is one of the sites that I was showing before, but it no longer operates because potentially I was showing it. So now I'm showing you how to find any kind of website like this in any kind of way. So, you know, teach a man to fish to feed him for life. And that way, any kind of stupid fucker that wants to basically, send a DMCA to take these sites down, you, as a user, can now find new ones. So, good riddance. Anyway, so what I do is search for pstream.mov, which the site is dead, but information behind it is not, and makes it super easy to find on Reddit. Well, lack of internet. Should have internet, but for some reason it works like shit. Okay, I guess I'm just gonna connect to one. Well, let me just turn on my mobile hotspot. Boop. And that's gonna be problem solved. There we go. So you can navigate to Reddit, which is what you're always going to be looking for. And hey, look at that. There's a bunch of links to different sites that offer the same thing as pstream. Now, if you see the AI overview, this majestic AI garbage that doesn't give you any useful information and bullshits you half of the time, just ignore it. The options that it recommends there are beyond bullshit and beyond like paid off. So you should never pay attention to things like this through AI. AI will never be helpful in a department that this specific category would kind of fall under. So from there you can open up any kind of one of those sites and load up the show that you want to, and it basically contains every show for free without even needing an account or signing in for anything. It's pretty great. And because it's going to be running on a browser, well, you can capture a screenshot of a browser without a problem, as you can clearly see right here. So anyway, with that being said, I hope you found this very helpful, and if you did, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching. Welcome. In front of me is a VIVO V70 FE, and today I'll show you how you can hard reset this device through recovery mode. Now, before I get started, there's a couple of things I want to talk about. So starting off with this, this process can be used to remove screen locks if you have one set that you just don't know. By resetting it through recovery mode, you would basically be able to get rid of it, but to warn you, when your device has a Google account signed in, typically this will result in your device becoming FRP locked. And this means that when the reset is finished and you're going through the setup process, you will be forced to sign into network. And once you do so, you'll be then presented with a verification. So you'll need to either confirm the previously used screen lock that, in this case, you wouldn't know, or the Google account that was signed in on the device. And you can use either one of those to verify it. So if you don't know the screen lock, you should probably know your Google account in this case. Now, that's one thing. Number two will be the fact that any kind of data that is stored on a device by resetting it will be just completely deleted. So any kind of apps, photos, videos, contacts, and all that stuff is gone. Now, if you don't have access to your device because of the screen lock, there's not much really you can do. The only thing that you can do is just hope that you have by chance enabled the Google backup, which Google will back up something like 15 gigabytes of photos and videos in your photo library. Assuming you are using the actual Google Photos instead of the album. Album doesn't really give you this pop-up right here. So if you've been using only this application, you probably never agreed to this. But if you use Photos, let me just kind of bring it up. You should get there we go, this crap. And you can see it takes a little bit of a moment for you to get the confirmation to like get rid of it. But by clicking Let's Go, you automatically would enable backup photos and videos on this device automatically. So this could potentially be useful to you, and you could be at this point moving all of your photos, videos to the Google Cloud. And same thing goes with contacts and other things. So typically get some kind of pop-up throughout some of these applications where you typically, by just sheer kind of I would say, carelessness, agree to it even if you don't want to. Hell, I'm basically subject to it. Google is hoping that when you open up something like Google Photos, where it takes a freaking while, like you've seen it right here, to pop this up, you usually just gonna try to get rid of it somewhere, and clicking somewhere on the site doesn't do shit. So it's just going to, wait for you to eventually click on that let's go, which automatically agrees to it, which I would consider Google is just stealing your data at that point, because by hoping that you do something by mistake when you don't want to, yeah, that's kind of theft right there. In any case, you can quickly check what kind of data has been backed up to the Google Cloud by on your browser, on your computer or somewhere. You can just simply navigate to Google Drive and sign in with the same account that is signed in on this device, and see if in the photos there is something, or contacts and other things. You can check out what's backed up. If there's nothing there, then you haven't been backing up your device, unfortunately. Now, with that out of the way, let's get started with the actual reset. So I don't have a screen lock right here. Yep, I don't. So I'm going to just progress from the lock screen as though it's here, but other than that, it doesn't change anything. So when you're on your lock screen, either you know your screen lock or you don't, press the power button, volume up at the same time, and then just swipe right here to turn off your device. Your phone will turn off, and from there, you want to hold power button and volume up, though you're going to be holding them, and you want to let go of the power button when the Vivo logo shows up. Now, when the Fastboot mode shows up, you can also let go of the volume up. In here, we will need to use volume buttons to navigate. So let's press volume down to select recovery mode, and then power button to confirm that selection. From here, once the recovery mode shows up, you want to select clear data by just simply tapping on it, and then select clear all data. This will bring up a quick message, clear all data. All data on this device will be cleared, including important data such as contacts, photos, and SMS messages. Data cannot be recovered if cleared. Proceed with caution. So we're going to click on OK. It's going to begin clearing that data. And you can see it's all cleared. So we can now select return. Select this little arrow right here in the corner to go back, and click on restart. And OK. Now this will continue resetting your device in the background. So it will take your phone about 2 minutes to finish everything up and present you with the setup screen. So just be patient for this to basically finish. I'm going to let it run through and come back once the setup screen is visible for me. And as you can see, the process is now finished, and you can set up your device however you like. So if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching. Welcome. In front of me is a VIVO V70 FE, and today I'll show you how you can enable power saving mode on this device. So, to get started, you'll want to swipe down from the top of your screen if you have a separation between toggles and notifications, make sure you do it from the right side. Now next, in this area right here, you want to swipe down once more, and this will extend the list of visible toggles. There's multiple pages of them as well, so find your power saving mode, which should show up on one of the pages. For me, it looks like it's right here on the second page. But if you don't see it on any of the pages, you will be definitely able to add it by clicking right here on this pencil. And then whatever is right here, these two rows, those are toggles that you can add. And again, there's multiple pages. So find from here your power saving mode. I'm actually going to look for other mode, which I don't know if it's even here. Looks like it's not. So anyway, I'm just going to grab whatever as an example. It will lift up just a little bit, and now you can drag it around, and you can move it here, drop it, click on a check mark, and it stays. So with that in mind, let's again find our power saving mode now, or battery saver as it's named, and you can just tap on it to turn it on. It changes the color of the battery and does additional things that never really mentions right here. So dark mode is enabled, brightness is decreased, refresh rate is reduced, and we can actually hold this toggle. So let's go back in there. And this will take us to the settings right here. So it should tell us what is happening. See view details maybe? Oh, that's the super power saving. So it looks like it doesn't really mention it right here. It does give us the info about the super battery saving mode, which is going to be potentially sometimes relevant. Now, one thing that I do want to point out, Vivo seems to kind of want to hide this now. If I remember correctly, they weren't the best ones when it comes onto power saving mode, so just be aware of that. Enabling power saving mode, I think, is going to be on the same kind of footnote as OnePlus and Oppo, which is just absolute god-awful dog shit. So both of them just give you in super battery saver like 4 hours of extra battery life when your device is nearly fully charged. So you're getting 4 hours off of something that is about 60 hours of battery life. That is less than 10% increase in battery life while fully charged. So if this is the case right here, obviously it doesn't really give you much, considering usually you enable your power saving mode when you have I don't know, 10-15% of battery life left. At 15%, you're probably looking at like, I don't know, 5 hours of battery life or something along those lines. I'm just kind of spitting some random ass numbers, so you know, don't take that with as a fact. I honestly don't know how long it will last, but usually, like I said, on Oppo and OnePlus, which I think this is a part of the same parent company, these power saving modes are awful, and less than 10% in super power saving mode and less than 5% of increased in battery life. That's not enough. Like, what is a freaking 10% or even 5% of power saving mode? It's basically nothing. So this will also matter severely that you get such a pitiful battery gain, as if I enable the ultra battery saver, which I did close it. It's I think only available through here, so I need to only turn it on from here. You can see there's a whole heap of things happening, including disabling of majority of applications that you can use. It removes wallpapers and just prioritize battery life. If we went back to our battery saver right here, let me just, can you fucking stop? Great, so I can't turn it off from here. Cool. Oh, amazing logic. Great design. Let's go back there, because I do want to show you what kind of limitations we're looking at when we tap on view details. So everything that is listed right here are things that will be changed in this mode. The one that potentially could give you only like below 10% extra battery life, but you get to lose personal hotspot usage, GPS, Bluetooth, auto syncing app data, meaning that apps don't really have connection to internet, background background upgrading. You mean updating? Whatever, I'm not going to even bother with this one. It's probably lost in translation. Next, we have set battery saving, so basically remove wallpaper, reduce brightness, dark mode, turn off always on display, reduce refresh rate, reduce screen resolution, remove lock screen wallpapers, turn off dynamic effects, real-time blurring. I think that's just some graphical feature. And enhanced display effects. Again, I think that's just some graphical effects for it. Frame interpolation. That is basically frame generation, but I think this is only for videos, so it could potentially not really have any effect on you. Auto lock delay. So I think this just reduces the screen time that it takes for it to basically turn off. They're all labeled kind of weirdly. Anyway, continue on. Turn off show real-time network speeds and status bar. So this basically, if you have that even enabled, turn off wake up screen reminders when receiving lock screen notifications. Then we have turn off haptic feedback, turn off lock screen sounds, turn off touch tones, and so on. So there's a heap of things that basically gets completely nuked out of usability for you, and the benefit of getting extra 10 minutes of battery life when you have like 15%. So honestly, not the greatest kind of trade-off if the power saving mode here is bad. Like I said, no longer do you get to see how long the battery will last, as that is something that you get at least on OnePluses still, and I think Oppos. Here, not so much. So potentially it's still shit, or it's just being hidden away from you, or it's good. I have no clue. I haven't used this device for long enough. And to be fair, a normal battery life here is pretty decent. It does have a pretty big battery. So anyway, that being said, I hope you found this very helpful. And if you did, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching. Welcome. In front of me is a VIVO V70 FE, and today I'll show you how you can enable and set up your portable hotspot. So, to get started, you will first want to swipe down from the top of your screen. Now, if you have a separation between toggles and the notifications, make sure you do it from the right side. From there, in this area where you have a bunch of like square toggles, I want to swipe down again, which will extend the list of visible toggles. And in here, find hotspot. For me, it is visible on the first page, but chances are, in your case, it might be on another page, or it just might not be visible at all. If it's not visible at all, you can add it by clicking right here on this pencil, and then finding it somewhere in this area right here on one of the pages. Once you do, hold it, and then drag it here, drop it, and click on the check mark to save the change. So once you have the toggle now added, first time, hold it in here, and this will quickly take you to the settings. So reason for navigating into the settings is because hotspot does come by default with a randomly generated password, hence you can see it right here. So we're going to click on this, and then we're going to click on the password, and just straight up get rid of it. From here we can set up our own new password, which will need to have at least 8 characters in length. That can be letters, numbers, both. It doesn't really matter. I chose it for simplicity's sake, just numbers. Now, further down in here, we get security, which just ensures that you have a password on your hotspot, which I do recommend having. Otherwise, anyone can connect to it. And the other option is AP band. It's set to 5 GHz, but I don't think is a default option. I think default is the 2.4. But in any case, I'm going to talk about it just in case this might become relevant to you. So in general, 2.4, I think, will be probably the kind of go-to option for a lot of people. It removes any kind of problems that you might have with connectivity. And it has downsides, but when using this with mobile network, those downsides are kind of mitigated by the bottleneck of your actual mobile network, which usually is relatively slow. Now, to give you comparison though, between 2.4 and 5 GHz, the improvements over it. between improvements of 5 gigahertz over the 2.4 is that the 5 gigahertz is faster, so it allows you to have higher data bandwidth. It allows more devices connected at the same time. It gives you slower or lower latency, not slower, and it allows for higher traffic without interference. Now, the last option will be the one that will define which option you want to use. So if you live in a densely populated area, maybe something like New York City, you could potentially encounter some kind of interference where your hotspot will start to malfunction in a way where I honestly don't know what it does. Never encountered this myself, but it is a possibility. So if you ever encounter that, I don't know, maybe your network is slow or disconnects or anything like that, then you could go in here and change it to 5 gigahertz. This would potentially solve that problem, as 5 gigahertz frequency is a little bit more open for that. Now, do be aware of that depending on your device's capability. If, for instance, I don't know, you're planning to connect to this with a laptop. If the laptop doesn't support 5 gigahertz network or isn't labeled as Wi-Fi 6, it won't be able to see this hotspot at all. So in this kind of case, whatever problem you have, you will just need to deal with it, because switching to 5 might resolve the problem of interference, but it won't resolve the problem of your device just straight up not supporting this kind of frequency. And generally, newer devices will support 5 gigahertz, older ones might not. Like I mentioned, any device that is labeled as Wi-Fi only will usually only support 2.4. Anything that is labeled as Wi-Fi 6, though, will support 5 gigahertz. So choose accordingly right here, and obviously you can change it at any point. And from there, just make sure you click on a check mark right here to save the changes. And before we go any further, there's one last thing. So more hotspot settings, you want to click right here. And you can see right here we have auto off when no devices are connected. It's set to 5 minutes right now. It's a great option to have. I think it's a little bit, by default, I think it's going to be 10 minutes instead of the 5. So you can adjust it if you want to. This means that once you're done using your hotspot, and for instance that laptop that I mentioned before, you close it, put it in a bag, it will typically disconnect from your hotspot as it will go into sleep mode. And from there, 5 minutes later, your phone will automatically turn off that hotspot off, saving you a little bit of battery, as hotspot will consume more. And actually, one more thing that I do want to talk about right here is the one-off mobile data limit, basically a limit to your mobile data that you can use through hotspot. By default, this is unlimited, which you could potentially set it up to be with a limit. Depending on your circumstances, your mobile network potentially has a limit of data per month. If it does, I highly recommend setting this up, and I actually would recommend maybe not even going through here, but going through the other options to select a data limit, which would be under, let me just cancel this, under, I think it's going to be more connections, data management maybe? No, never mind, that's not it. I can never figure out where the hell this is in here. Oh, for God's sakes, where is it? Okay, so it was actually data management. I'm just a dumbass. So in here we have make sure you are looking at the correct SIM card, by the way. And we want to select settings, I think. Yep, settings, and then data usage limit. In here, by default, it will give you a reminder to when you surpass 2 gigabytes or when you reach that limit right here, which you can change. But the better one is the actual hard limit. So when enabled, you can then select a specific data that you have per month. So if you have some measly like 2 or 5 gigabytes like that, just insert it right here, and you can actually use decimals. So if you have 5 gigabytes as a monthly limit from your provider, I would set it to something like 4. Let's say 8. So once I reach this specific usage, the device itself will cut off any network connectivity to mobile network. Therefore, I won't be charged extra if, for instance, my service plan is a scammy one which tries to like charge me extra when I get to the limit. Yeah, it just kind of protects me in that way. So you can use this, but keep in mind this doesn't only include hotspot, this also includes your normal day-to-day usage of mobile network through your phone. So yeah. Now it does not affect the Wi-Fi usage. It's not added in here, so at least that's good. And one last thing that you want to do while you're already setting this up is billing date. You can see right here it's set to the 16th, but if your contract renews, I don't know, on the 2nd of every month, which would renew also your data plan, right? So if you used up all the 5 GB on the 2nd, you get again all 5 to use once more. Then select second one in here, and that way your phone will automatically reset the counter right here for the data usage on the 2nd of every month. Now once everything is set up, you can just find the toggle and simply tap on it. Now we already set up the auto kind of off timer when no device is connected, but you can obviously turn it off yourself by clicking on this toggle once more yourself. So with that being said, I hope you found this very helpful, and if you did, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching. Welcome. In front of me is a VIVO V70 FE, and today I will show you how you can import contacts from your SIM card to the device. So, to get started, you will first want to open up your Contacts application. Now, in here we have the contacts from Google, which will be located in the Google folder. And one of the first things you will see when you open up this application for the first time is the request to send you notifications. Now, there is no reason why Contacts application should be sending you notifications. It doesn't refer to the contacts themselves, it refers to the application. So we're going to select Don't Allow. The only notification that I can imagine from it is congrats, you imported a contact. Anything else I'm not interested in. So we're going to be denying it altogether. Now, I am not signed into a Google account on this phone at all, which does change the import just a tiny bit, how it will look like. So I'm going to be mentioning when that happens. But before I get into it, I do want to quickly talk about this. So you can see I have 3 contacts in here. Now these are all the contacts that are actually being pulled right now from the SIM card. And you can click right here on the drop down and see that we have all contacts 3, SIM contacts 3. So these are all the contacts that are here. And device are 0. And furthermore, if I go into one of these contacts, go to edit, you can see I can only change the name and the number on here, which is representative of contacts that are being stored on the card itself instead of the phone or cloud. So in here, we're going to navigate to Organize. And depending on your case, if you're signed into Google account, which you probably are, you will want to scroll all the way to the bottom of the page, as the options for this device, which is everything here, is actually going to be at the very end as the last options, as Google is more important apparently. So once you scroll down and find Manage SIM option, click on it. And this uses the new bullshit kind of tactic right here, which I just generally despise, and I'll take a moment to shit on it because I hate it. So it gives you this pop-up at the bottom, choose where to save contacts. Now here it doesn't look that bad because it only has one option to display. But I do want to warn you, typically when you are signed into a Google account, which most people are, what you will see here is first option being device and Google account as a single option, and under that you find more, not the device only, but more. And under that more, there is only a single option which takes roughly about the same amount of space as the fucking device only option, and it's deliberately by Google hidden away from your site. So you can see that device, okay, that falls under me, and Google account, well, I don't really care, but hey, it's already there. Or Google account and don't care about device. So again, it covers both grounds. But for privacy-oriented people, both of them are trying to trick you into uploading contacts to the cloud if you're just doing it quickly and you don't pay attention that it says device and Google. You just see device, cool, that's all I want, and move on. For device only, it's hidden away, which just to add that, typically, even when you have Google account signed in here, this entire window takes about 1/3 of the fucking space on the screen. There is enough space to extend that more into an entire fucking list of options. For sakes, there is an entire 2/3 of the screen left. I don't give a shit that you want to hide it. There is enough space on the screen to put it on. Now, because I am not signed into Google account, this doesn't even show up right here, which thank God I hate it. So yeah, now we can just select this. Now, this isn't the only extent that you will encounter with Google being a scummy piece of shit. We'll see some of it more as well. But in any case, once you select any of the options, you will see that all your contacts are selected by default. So, that's okay. You can deselect contacts that you don't want if you don't want some of them. And if you see some of them already deselected and grayed out, that means that these contacts exist on the location that you're trying to import them to. But if you selected one of the options where it says device and, for instance, Google account, if it exists on, let's say, device but not the Google account, these contacts will not be grayed out unless they exist in both of the locations simultaneously. From there, click on import. And another thing that you will see when you have a Google account is a pop-up about SIM contacts. And to be more in detail, it gives you a message telling you delete contacts or delete imported contacts, and contacts that haven't been imported won't be affected. This garbage app wants you to delete the copies of your contacts that are being stored on a physical storage, meaning your SIM card. And they're there as a safe backup, which never gets in your way. These motherfuckers want you to basically delete the backup of your contacts so they can then bait you into putting them to the cloud because, whoa, you don't have a backup of your contacts. What would happen if your phone breaks and you lose these contacts? Well, you know, it would have been great if these contacts weren't deleted from the SIM card in this case, now wouldn't it be? And with this same kind of moronic logic, let me just go to my car and siphon out through a little straw all my gasoline from a car. So I can put more gasoline in it, because they want you to delete contacts so you can store more contacts. Cool. Remove contacts so you can store contacts. Fantastic logic there. Anyway, you want to select that you want to keep these contacts because they never get in your way, and you can manage them yourself if you want to, instead of having them be straight up deleted because they've been imported. Anyway, once we go back to our contacts list, you should be able to see them all right here. Now, again, nothing has changed really in terms of how it looks like. There were 3 contacts, there are 3 contacts. But if we click right here now on all contacts, you can see that now we have also 3 contacts on a device. Now, the application is smart enough to combine all of these contacts into one. It knows that, for instance, my number right here is the same exact contact info that is on the SIM card that is on, as it's on the phone right now. So it just combines it together. And furthermore, if you go into it and select edit, it gives you options which one you actually want to edit, as they're the same thing. And just to also add a little bit more info in here, if I go to editing the one that is on the phone, you can see there's a lot of information, which that's where my kind of hatred to the application and importing to cloud stems from. So in here, we have things like photos for cover or the contact photo, first, last names, company names, multiple phone numbers, labels, notes, and then we have email, birthday, address where they live, others, which others includes things like job titles, departments, and relationships. Now, in itself, this is all fine. You can basically fill this out, but where I have a problem and why I'm being so kind of negative about this is because when you import this kind of contact with all of this information or any information being filled out in here to the cloud, this is everything that Google, for instance, has access to, and this information doesn't belong to you. So if, for instance, I don't know, let's say this is contact of Jimmy, right? And little Jimmy wants to be very private about his life, and he made sure that Google doesn't have his real name, Google doesn't have his address, and Google doesn't have any other information about him, right? But you importing his phone number, which Google potentially could actually have, as having a Google account kind of requires sometimes having a phone number, but not everything else could be just straight up fake. So Google potentially has his number, but nothing else. Every other info about him is fake. Then you fill this out, upload it to the cloud, and Google's like, whoa, these 2 numbers are exactly the same. But here, little Timmy is telling me that he's not Timmy, he's Jimmy. while this here tells me that it's Timmy, and he lives right here. Must be true. So obviously that's going to be updated, and Google now has access to this information and potentially can sync it up with other things that they gathered, and then again sell this information to make profit, as well as give more targeted advertisements for some reason. So again, for a person that wants to have privacy, this kind of goes strictly against it, and the person that this contact would belong to, which is little Jimmy, has never really consented to this being done to him. So that's where my approach stands from. Now, in any case, with that being said, I hope you found this very helpful, and if you did, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching. Welcome. In front of me is a VIVO V70 FE, and today I will show you how you can hard reset this device through settings. Now, before I get started with the actual reset, I do want to quickly go over backing up the data on your device. So reset will remove all of it. So it's best that you create some kind of backup if you want to maintain some of this data. Now, if you're not interested in it, you maybe have done it already, by all means skip forward by like 7 minutes, as I am going to go over a couple different methods you can do this in. So let's start off by opening up our settings right here. And we're going to navigate to system and no, not this, sorry, system management. And in here you will find backup and reset. Sorry, not reset, but backup and restore. Now we have two options listed right here. So we have Vivo Cloud Backup, and we have also Google Backup. Now, probably the most common one that a lot of people choose is the Google one, and you can use it. Just go back. You can use it if you want to, but I personally dislike it, and I'll go over some of the limitations just so you're aware of what you might be potentially sacrificing. So, in terms of Google One, you can back up photos and videos, and then other device data, which includes contacts, call history, and so on. So let's start off with the photos and videos. This one probably will be the one that you care about the most, and that's fine. But just know that Google backs up only a specific amount of data. So Google gives you about 15 gigabytes of data that it can store with them as their free kind of tier for your account. So if you have more than 15 gigabytes of photos, of videos, well, that gets left behind. So that's already kind of a downside one. Now, if we go into other device data right here and check out what it backs up, it tells us that it backs up. It's not like confusing term right here. It backs it up. Contacts, call history, device settings, apps, and app data, along with SMS and MMS messages. Now, the reason I'm kind of focusing on the backup portion right here is because the definition of backup would imply that it is a copy specifically of the thing that you are creating right here, made on some location. A copy of what's already here. Now, that's not the case. So this is just straight up lying to you. Google only backs up applications that came from Play Store. If they came from, I don't know, GitHub, well, tough shit. That's not even going to be remembered by Google. To them, it doesn't exist on your device. And furthermore, it gets even worse if you consider what kind of applications you might have on your phone that you're trying to back up. So as an example, let's create a nice little story right here. You have little Timmy, and Timmy likes to emulate Nintendo Switch games on his phone. So he downloaded User Emulator from Play Store. Now he's trying to back it up, so he has still access to it, and gets nicely, later on restored to his new device or same one, whatever. But that's the point of a backup. So little Timmy creates a backup of it, like Google tells him it's going to back up apps, right? And then he restores this nice backup. But little Timmy, after a backup and restoration, can't find User Emulator anymore, which clearly Google told him that was backed up. And the reason for that is because in the meantime of Timmy downloading this application the first time from Play Store, in the meantime, Nintendo Avenger Squad of Lawyers found the creator of it, basically sent him legal notices to basically cease to exist or remove that application. And he decided to comply because, to be fair, probably winning a war against US would be easier than winning with Nintendo lawyers. So he removed that application. So it's no longer available on Play Store. Even though little Timmy had downloaded it previously from Play Store, now it's no longer there. And when he's restoring it, the shitty backup, which didn't actually back up shit, is basically checking, oh, okay, get Yuzu emulator. Well, okay, cool, let's go to Play Store to get it for little Timmy. Wait, Yuzu isn't on Play Store anymore. Oh well, tough shit for little Timmy. So that's basically the extent of this moronic kind of backup. That's why I just despise it. It's awful. Now, another one is the Vivo Cloud. Again, just another kind of cloud storage. I personally dislike any kind of cloud storage just because it has limitations to it. What I personally do like, though, is things like, I believe it's this one. So we're going to agree. And yep, there we go. So this one is called Easy Share. Now, you can use this or any kind of other application that is similar to this in terms of how it works. Now, it will depend on what you're planning to do, to what application you need to use for that. So Easy Share is Vivo's application that you can use to move data from one device to another. And you can see it's right here, device clone. So we're going to select clone now, and you will select that this is either old or new device. Now you can select that this is a older device only if your new device is also a Vivo, as this application, when downloaded on other phones, will give you only the option that that other device from other brand is the old device. You won't have a new one. And the way new and old works is old means you're moving data from it, new means you're moving data to it. You can only move data from Vivo to another Vivo using this. So you will have to use the application of the phone you're going to be moving the data towards. So as an example, if I bring up something like a Samsung right here, if I would be trying to move data to the Samsung, I wouldn't be using this application. I would be using Samsung's application for this, which is called Smart Switch. And I would need to download Smart Switch on this phone for this purpose. And other brands have their own versions of this, which are all called differently. So as an example, OnePlus, OnePlus, Oppo, Realme have clone phone. Huawei has phone clone. Motorola, I think, has something like Moto Move. Xiaomi has Mi Mover. And obviously the Samsung that I mentioned before has Smart Switch. So you download whatever application of the phone that you'll be moving the data to. And this actually is going to be one of the best ways you can do this, assuming you can use it. Reason for me liking this so much is because when moving data this way, what data you move isn't kind of subjected to, ooh, where did it come from? Do I want you to move this or not? Is it only 15 gigabytes or is it above that? It doesn't matter. This process allows you to move everything, including applications from regardless where they originated from. And on top of that, it allows you to move actual app data, unlike Google, which tells you that it does, but it doesn't. So app data, it allows you to move everything along the lines of your contacts, messages, so on. So it covers everything, but it's just much better way. And it's also pretty fast, as it creates a wireless connection through a hotspot between these two devices. So it's pretty fast in this aspect. But keep in mind, the more data you're moving, the longer it will take. So with that out of the way, now let's get into the actual reset. So we're going to find our settings again. And we're again going to go into System Management. And this time around, we're going to select Reset. And here, you want to select Erase All Data. And this will present you with a list of data that will be removed, which at this point doesn't matter. We have already supposedly backed up our device. It also gives you the option to potentially not reset things like music, images, and other data in phone storage for some reason. But for a full clean reset, you probably want to select this. Additionally, you can also check the box for eSIM. If you use that, you can obviously uncheck it if you don't want to remove it for some reason. If you don't use eSIM, or let's say you're getting rid of this phone, probably checking this will be the best one, even if you never added it. Just, better safe than sorry. And next we're just going to click on erase right here. Now if you have some kind of screen lock, which I do, you will need to confirm it. It gives you a 5-second counter. This will erase all data from your phone and cannot be undone. Erase. And this is now going to be fully automatic. So this process will potentially take 2 minutes or so to finish up. And when it's completed, we'll be presented with the Android setup screen. So I'll be back once that is visible for me. And as you can see, the process is now finished and you can set up your device however you like. So if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching. Welcome. In front of me is VIVO V70 FE, and today I will show you how you can record a screen on this device. So, to get started, you'll want to swipe down from the top of your screen. Now, if you have a separation between toggles and notifications, make sure you do it from the right side. And in here, we're going to swipe down again, which will extend the list of visible toggles, hopefully revealing our screen recorder. So we can flip through the pages to find it. For me, it is right here on the second page. But if you don't see it on any of the pages, you can add it by clicking right here on this pencil. And right here in this area, if you swipe through the pages, once you see your screen recorder, you just hold it. Then you can start dragging it and drag it over to the top, drop it, and that's it. It's now added. So anyway, once we find our screen recording in here, first time around, hold it, and this will take you to the settings. Now I do recommend doing that at least once, as for some moronic reason in 2026 manufacturers still think that for screen recording, picture quality is good enough to be in medium setting. I personally prefer 1080p, not 720, so this is like the bare minimum. Monitors from a freaking decade ago had 1080p, probably even longer. We're now at 4K, and manufacturers still set it to medium, which is 720. Like, this is just stupid. So make sure you select it to the high. It will give you at least a higher resolution, which will look better. And we have additional toggles in here. So display touch trajectory. This will record a semi-transparent grayed out where your finger was pressing the display. I'm going to keep it on just so you can see how that looks like. Then we have two other options for audio, either system or microphone, or both, obviously, if you enable both of them. Now, depending on what you want to do, if you're planning to record both, I will recommend using some kind of headphones, earbuds, or anything like that, as what happens when you record both is the system audio gets recorded internally. Then it gets played through the speakers, at which point microphone might pick it up the second time, which would then create this unwanted echo effect. And that's really all the options we have in here. Now when you hold it or tap on it, I believe both of the like tapping on the toggle or holding it brings you here, where you get to select start recording at the bottom. And there it is. So whatever you'll do right now, for the most part, will be recorded. Now, let's see, we don't have garbage apps right here. Wow, I'm surprised. So you know what, I'm just gonna open up some random ass app, like, what is it, Themes or whatever I opened. Oh, never mind, I don't have internet connection, so it doesn't really matter. Let's see, maybe File Manager as an example. So once you're done recording, you can click right here on this square. And as you can see, this saves the screen recording, which you can then find by going into your Albums application. And in here, I recommend selecting the Albums tab and choosing Screen Recordings, which will contain strictly screen recordings and then nothing else, which makes it super easy to find whatever you would be looking for. So I'm going to now play it back. And while this is playing back, I wanted to go over some things that you might sometimes encounter, which I wasn't able to showcase here because there is no application that I could show it with. But Android, which this is what it's running, Android right here, has a feature, I think it's called drawing over other apps. What's it called? It doesn't really matter. What it does, it's what matters. And what it does is prevents screenshots and screen recordings to be taken in an applications that decided to disable this feature. So, as an example, such an application would be, for instance, any bank application. They block it to protect the privacy and security of the user, which that feature is designed for this specific purpose. Now, to give you an example of why this is good, if you have some kind of malware on your device that is trying to use screenshots or screen recordings, as both of them fall under the same category, that malware would try to, for instance, gain your PINs or passwords when you're accessing your bank application. But because the moment bank application is open, screenshots cannot be taken and screen recordings result in content that is being recorded to be just straight up black screen, obviously it's not going to yield any kind of benefit to this kind of malware. It's not going to gain any info. It's not going to know what your patterns or passwords are at all. So this is done for your security. Now, downside is you can't really capture, for instance, confirmations of payments if you wanted to do that. But luckily, most bank applications, as far as I can tell, have the option to allow you to download a PDF as a confirmation of that transaction. So it circumvents that problem by giving you another way. So that's great. Now, in case of other applications that use this, that don't do it to protect your privacy and security, would be applications, like I said, I don't have them here, but Netflix, Spotify, and any kind of TV, movie streaming platform. So they do it to basically protect themselves from piracy on your device without ever asking you for your permission, consent, or even letting you know that they're doing it. Which generally, if a company decides that they're going to do whatever the shit they want on my device, I'm going to automatically rebel against that bullshit because it's my device. I'm paying them, not the other way around. So if I'm paying them, they can go pick themselves and I will do whatever the hell I want. And furthermore, it's not your business to protect some corporations from piracy. It doesn't concern you. It should never concern you, no matter what they want you to believe. Furthermore, on top of that, you are in your right to record this shit. You're paying. You're the fucking customer right here. So if you want to record the service that you're paying for, you're in your goddamn right to do so. And for any kind of bullshit example of, oh, this is piracy, which they will most likely be claiming, no, it's not. Sharing that recorded content would then fall under piracy. And depending on how much you recorded of it, it can still even fall under fair use, which we do have, at least in the US, you do have the law for fair use, which allows you to share content of something that is already copyrighted. like music or movies or stuff like that, as long as they're under a specific time frame. So for that purpose, if you want to record a TV show, maybe some clip of it so you can share with your friends, fair use allows you to do that. It's not illegal in any kind of way, and it doesn't fall under piracy. Same thing goes for screenshots. Now, because these applications don't ever even ask you for a permission, and they're basically making it your responsibility to protect them from piracy, I'll be doing the exact opposite of that, and I'll be showing you how you can get back that control that you should have been having from the beginning. I mean, shit, they want to take it away, so I'm here to give it back. After all, if you're paying for it, that's completely fine. You're in your damn right. So instead of showing you exactly a website where you can go to do this crap, I'm going to be teaching you how to find these websites, as the websites themselves technically fall under piracy or just sharing copyrighted content. So they sometimes get taken down. They do get taken down. And I did before show a specific website for this that no longer exists, potentially because I was showing it. It could have been just coincidence. I don't know. I'm not going to be taking claim for that one, but if it was because of me, I'm sorry, pstream.mov. So in any case, that's what I was showing. But because it got taken down, whatever I recorded in previous videos about this, basically if someone is watching that, those other videos, it no longer stands. It no longer is helpful to them. So instead, I now approach this as a way of teach a man to fish to feed him for life. So even if a single site gets taken down that you might found, you can always find a new one. So what we're going to be doing is, number one, I'm going to actually connect to network, because I will need that. Okay, so we're going to go open up our browser, and because we're going to be viewing all of this content through browser, any kind of site that we open in here will not be affected by this kind of disabling of drawing over other apps. Chrome as a browser, or almost as far as I know, no browser does this. So no browser blocks the drawing over other application features. Therefore, you can always capture a screenshot or screen recording. Hello? Where did the freaking thing go? There we go. So no browser blocks it, so you can always capture it. And no matter what the website you have opened, it doesn't have the ability to block that from being taken. So we're going to be searching, at least I am going to be searching for pstream.mov alternatives. Now the site itself is dead, but the information behind it, it's not. This is one way you can find it, and I'm kind of just using this as a way, but you can search for other things. For instance, free alternatives to Netflix or some other platform or whatnot. And depending on how you search for it, you will find different results, but all of them will be from a single place that is actually relevant. So stream.mov alternatives. There we go. Now, first thing that you'll probably see most of the time is AI overviews. For some reason, it's not here, which I'm not complaining. I hate that piece of shit. It's never useful. The sites that it actually recommends there are just all bought out bullshit that wants subscriptions and shit like that. Obviously, you're already paying a subscription and you're trying to capture that goddamn thing that you're paying for. So what you're looking for always is Reddit. If you don't see a result from Reddit, shit, just add it. Reddit as a alternatives and then Reddit afterwards. And it should give you some results from it. The one that shows up here every time is the r/piracy, aptly named, and you can already see at the bottom or lower here, we have a bunch of links to different websites that basically offer alternatives to that pstream.mov website. They're all basically allowing you to watch movies and movies and shows without any kind of accounts, subscriptions, or anything like that through the browser. And like I said, if you're paying for something like Netflix and you want to capture, I don't know, Stranger Things clip because, hey, it's something is stupid or funny and you want to share it, it's fine. You can. And you would go here, find that on one of those websites, play it through there, capture it because it's going to be played through the browser, and you're good to go. And again, as long as you're not recording the entire freaking show and then sharing it online, you're not even breaking the law. So it's fine. And again, this is just a circumvention to a BS of application basically being able to prevent you from doing something on your own phone that you paid money for. So anyway, I hope you found this very helpful, and if you did, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.